Howdy, howdy.
Good morning.
Hi.
We are back. And we got a special guest today, Marywin, the Carnivore Odyssey's with us.
Yay, welcome. Nice to have you back.
Oh, it's wonderful to be back. Thank you for having me back. You fools.
We open the door to just anybody around here now.
Well, you got me, and yeah.
Hey, we just want to let you guys know, too, Michael's still a little bit under the weather, and so that's why he's not on here with us today, but we are sending him our prayers, and he will be back soon. But yeah. So how was your guys this week? Did you guys do anything fun this week? You got any updates, funny stories, things to talk about?
Oh, you go first, Lindy. You go first.
Yeah, I'm finally kind of back in sync. Had a really, really busy time with Mother's Day. My daughter had surgery again, so I've been helping her try to navigate all of that. So yeah, today's my day off. Had a nice sleep in this morning till 8 o'clock. So that was really nice. I started a fast yesterday. So I haven't put a time frame on it. I'm just going to write it out and see how long I can go. When I need to stop, I'll stop, refeed, and then try another. Just because I've built up a bit of fluid over the last couple of days or last couple of weeks. I think with all the stress, not sleeping, Mother's Day at a florist, it's hard work, and my body's kind of like said that's enough, and I've got a bit of fluid build up, so I thought the fast is what helped my fluid last time, and try and get that down before I hit the aeroplane and fly off to Texas, because that's going to be another stressor on my poor body.
Oh yeah, it's a big deal. That's a long trip, a long way.
Yeah, been through the ringer, but we'll get there. So that's been my week. But how about you, Marlon?
Emotionally, it's been a rough one. I'm not gonna lie. See Thursday's video. It's this week. It's been a real emotional roller coaster. But it took me the weekend to actually yank myself out of it. But I'm doing a lot better. On the plus side, I've got my vibration plate. So anybody who's thank you so much. Yes, I have taken video, which may or may not be on the comical side. I'm just saying. But hey, look, if you don't know me by now, then hey, what can I tell you? So I've actually got it situated in a place where, like this morning, before I even came outside, I made my coffee, I got my water, I did everything I needed to do except actually come out here, but I have to pass the vibration plate, and I just did 3 minutes on it, and I'll do another 3 minutes later on in the afternoon. And there's definitely something going on, because the itching on the legs. Oh,
yeah.
That was the first thing I noticed, the itching. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, but so, that's good. That's blood flow.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not unhappy about it. So it's a new week. It's definitely a new day. The sun is shining. It's absolutely stunning back here. So yeah, onwards and upwards. That's what I say.
Oh no, Beth. Beth, you are making me sad right now.
I'm excited. I've got my little heater going on down here because it's freezing. So
temperatures in the mid-90s coming this week.
Oh,
I'm gonna be a puddle. I'm telling you, I'm just gonna be a puddle when I get off the plane. There's gonna be a hat floating in a puddle of Todd, and that's all it's gonna be left.
Here we go.
Oh, good Lord.
Jeez.
That's not going to be good. It snowed today. Okay, it snowed today where I'm at.
Huh?
Yeah, and I'm gonna. Yeah, it snowed. It didn't stick because it wasn't cold enough for it to pile up, but it snowed. And my dog came in from outside, had snow on her back, and I'm like, dang it, it's snowing again. That's where I'm at. I'm going to leave I'm
Dang
going
it.
to, the North Pole, and I'm going to head to Texas, which is, basically the center pit of hell. It sounds like for temperature, and there's not enough clothes I can take off. I could be butt naked, and it's going to be miserable hot there. And it's just that's what. See, I don't get about you people that do the heat. I don't know how you do it because
I'm not a fan.
no, you can't. You can only take so many clothes off. You can only dress so light, and then you're just stuck with it. Where when you're cold, you can at least put clothes on. You can grab a
Yep.
heater, get a coat.
Easier to keep warm than it is to stay cool, my darling.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If this keeps going on, you guys are all going to see me only through the cracked window of my rental car with the AC on, packed in ice. I'm going to have to be and they're refrigerated. It's going to be rough. Oh my gosh.
Well, I've never liked the heat. I'm a winter baby and always loved winter. But right now, I'm feeling the cold so much that I'm actually craving the sunshine. Yeah,
I'm starting to feel the cold. I'm wondering if that's because I'm losing the insulation.
Oh, for sure.
I know that sounds strange to some, but I'm just wondering.
Definitely. I mean, this was the coldest winter I think I've ever could remember being for normal temperatures, and it wasn't even cold this winter. It was just me because I'm 270 pounds less protected from the cold,
But if you don't respond well to the heat, you just don't. My mother, bless her heart, loved the heat. Loved it.
Thank you, Crystal. I'm gonna need two, one on each side. I'm gonna have
you
to
need a hat with those fans pointing downwards, dear.
I am going straw hat shopping. So for all of you that are expecting to see me in this, I can't wear this in Texas because this is a pelt hat and they're hot. If I wear this in Texas, I will have a heat stroke. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
do you have little air vents, like little holes in the side?
No, because these are for colder temperatures. So I got a straw hat though coming so that I don't die. I also bought an entire brick of men's handkerchiefs so that I can wipe the terrible sweat that's going to be pouring off of my head before it puddles up on my shirt.
If it's good enough for Pavarotti, it's good enough for anyone else.
Exactly.
I'm saying it. I just said it. Vincero, mop the brow.
Exactly. You're going to see a lot of brow mopping going on.
Yep, good enough for him. Made a career out of it. It was his signature item.
Well, good. Then I'm gonna have to use that as a reference so that they know that I'm bringing. Back
if they're going, what are you doing? What do you do? Hey, it's good enough for Pavarotti. It's good enough for me. Shut them up real quick.
Right. You'll be okay. I'll be praying for random cold front to blow in Texas. Just never know. Thanks, Missy. I need that because otherwise, I'm just saying. I don't know how you guys do it. But it's going to be something else. It's going to be something else. See, if you guys ever come to the Rocky Mountains, we can just turn the heat on. We can turn the heat on. We can get coats, You're
near the Rockies?
I am in the Rockies. Yeah, the Rockies right here. Yeah, Yellowstone National Park is like.
Oh, my goodness me. Oh, what a beautiful part of the country.
It is. It's cold, but it's also where I belong because it's my climate. I belong in a refrigerator for sure.
Oh, goodness me.
It'll be all right. We'll make you stay cool. I don't know how, but it's going to be a rough one. I'm going to have to get I got to look and see they have that around here. They have a beer cooler, like an ice chest that you put ice and water in, and then it's got a fan, and it'll blow over the ice for like a swamp cooler. And I think I'm gonna have to like carry that around with me everywhere I go. Maybe I can fit it into my hat so it'll blow cold air into my hat down the back of my shirt or something. Hey, there's Michael.
There he is. Hello, darling.
Michael, hi.
Mwah, 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 mwah.
Oh man, Michael's getting hit with the heat too.
Yeah.
Listen to the weatherman. He said it was going to cool off, and now I keep getting hotter. Otherwise, I would turn on the AC. Absolutely, Michael.
Yeah. Comfort is key.
Absolutely. Sorry, I'm going through this, but yeah, it's kind of fun. Let's see here. We should see how many people. Oh, I know what I was going to do. I forgot. I'm supposed to be also promoting the Healing Humanity the Healing Humanity fundraiser that's coming up. And so I want to do a shout out to that if anybody that doesn't know. And right now I'm talking while looking at a totally different screen because I forgot to get the link. But let me know if any of you guys are going to the Healing Humanity fundraiser on Sunday. It is
I am.
Me too. Where is it? Healing.
I think you put it on WhatsApp.
I know. I'm looking for it. If you could find it too.
You have to be invited to that, don't you?
You can buy tickets.
Yeah, you just buy a ticket.
Oh, right.
But there's limited amounts of them.
Of course. Yep.
And I think as of this morning, there was like 45 of them that were sold, and there's only 95 available.
They're not sold out?
No.
Why?
Well, because I'm not finding the link.
People.
I just found
people now. Now. Dig deep. This is a big deal, this thing. Get in there, please. Right, go.
Copy link.
Oh,
there we
I've just
go.
popped it in the link. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I just found it too. So yeah, definitely if you guys are wanting to go, we want to put that in there. I think it's what did I read that right? That it's like a 16 course different meat.
Oh my goodness me. I'd be lucky to get through one.
16 cuts of meat. Yeah, Casa do Brazil, full experience, 16 cuts of meat, unlimited trips to the salad bar and side dishes. Does that mean eggs? Well,
I don't know. This is for a meetup, so some of the people. Yeah, but it's all about the meat. But I think in case that people are bringing family members with them that aren't carnivore, they have the salad bar.
Yeah, that's being respectful, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, my daughter will be one of those. Non-alcoholic drinks, iced tea, unsweetened Brazilian lemonade. Ooh, what's Brazilian lemonade? Sodas, regular coffee, decaf coffee. So
there we go.
Sounds
if there
nice.
wasn't coffee on the menu, I'd be surprised.
For sure.
For me, it's a staple.
For sure. In Texas, a cold front can be declared over a 2-degree temperature drought. Oh, good Lord. You people are like, hey, it's not going to be quite as sweltering tomorrow by 2 degrees. We
by
can
2
make
degrees.
National news.
So does it cool down at night? Because here in Melbourne, we get like really hot days, but then it's really cool at night. So at least you can sleep, and that I don't mind.
Right?
Hey, Shelley. Happy to say that according to Barkay, if you are 70% carnivore, you are carnivore. So I'm 11 months carnivore. It's been like an 85 to 95 for me.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Well done, darling.
You're
seeking help. You might have found it, sweetheart. Shelley seeking health. You may have found it.
Absolutely. Yeah, and Lynn Tucker and her husband, Ribeye Ranger, they're coming. I saw that.
Oh, wow, really?
That is awesome.
Yep.
That's
And
great.
let's
Looking
see.
forward to meeting those guys. It'd be awesome.
Oh yeah.
One for you, Lindy.
Oh, thank you.
Agreed. Agreed.
For sure.
I'm not used to compliments. So I get all
Neither am I,
shy.
love. I'm in the boat with you there, love. Whoa.
Kind of hard. Yeah. Thank you.
Let's see here. Hello, friends. Todd saw your recipe today. Meat and bacon look planning to make it in the future. Oh, that's awesome. Appreciate it so much.
Yeah, I watched that. I don't know how I feel about all the herbs and spices, but I reckon, yeah, I'm really, and this is Mitch's fault. Old guy Carnivore. It's all his fault. I love him to death. He knows this. I'm seriously considering, because I have got some money left over. I think it might be a good idea to get a meat grinder,
I think so.
because we've got some mince that's not quite as fatty as we would like, but if you can grind some fatty bacon into it, you're winning,
yeah.
right? Because
Oh,
everything's better with bacon. We know this. So yeah, I'm thinking that might have to invest in a meat grinder, because even that, the pork with the I'm like,
yeah, and
definitely plays to my wheelhouse. Mm-hmm.
yeah, and there's a better way to do that without the seasoning, and you can just keep the seasoning out of it. But I try and admit that to everybody. I'm like, I don't have it in me to make a clean ranch seasoning right now, because I did have to go get all the spices, because I don't really use spices very much, and I don't have dill and garlic, so I was just like, I'm just going to use the one that's here. But I know that it's not super clean, but I don't care, because I don't make this every day. So I was like, I'm just going to do it once and see. Because also I wanted to see what it would taste like before I go buy all the spices to make a clean ranch seasoning, because I don't even know if I was going to like it. But now in fact, I loved it. Everybody ate all of it. It was gone.
I don't even know if we can get the panko crumbs here.
Can you get pork rinds?
We can, so we just grind those up, I guess.
Yeah, just grind them
They're
up.
expensive. The clean ones are very expensive. That's why I don't use them. Yeah, and even the panko, I haven't found anything clean. So
yeah, no,
For sure.
Yeah, the closest you could get would be to, crisp up your own in the oven, the skin from, a roast pork, and
yeah,
that'd be the only way, really, wouldn't it? Then you'd know it was clean.
For sure.
so much extra work. Like even with Todd's recipe, I absolutely love it, but I don't think I have the patience. But I would do it all and then just make a meatloaf out of it and just stick it in the oven. And that's how I think I will give that a go.
There's a thought.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. This is the best news I've heard all day. Don't threaten me with a good time. I will be feeling much better.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Yeah. I need that back. And when I was making those things, you guys see this right here? That on my nose, right there. That is not a zit. That was because I plopped one of those chicken tenders in the hot oil, and a big splatter of hot oil hit me right off the snoot. And so
they spit at you.
I know. I'm like, right before I got a bunch of live streams and stuff to do in Texas, I got to be sporting, a burnt snoot. That was not handy at all. I could not have had it a worse time. Oh, Oops. Man, I can't believe that smacked right there. And I was like, Mom, maybe nobody will notice it. That didn't pan out.
No, I can't see it at all.
Oh, man, I'm going to need to do one of those, like Lindy said, one of those cover-up deals.
Yeah, some concealer. Yeah.
Concealer from Walgreens, darling.
Okay, I need makeup for my snoot. I need snoot
darling,
makeup.
So L'Oreal, you'll be fine. Or maybe it's Maybelline. I don't know.
Let's see. Just pulling through these, see if I'm missing anything. I'm so paranoid that I'm going to be missing stuff because we don't have our our control guy, Michael.
I was putting stuff up, but then you were taking over, so I'm happy to keep doing this.
Oh, no
Don't
worries.
put me in charge of anything. Don't give me any power at all. That's a dangerous thing. Just don't do it.
Yes, Lynn finds this as funny as I do. I know, it's sad. It's terrible. I mean, it could have hit any place else. Right on the schnoz.
That's some bad news for you. There you go. That's sad.
That is terrible. Well,
hopefully we have fans in our room. Do we?
Yeah, I think we do, but I'm gonna go try to find that beer chest air conditioner thing and see if I can't just pipe it under the blankets on my bed or something and just cold blast air in there. There he is.
Oh, Michael.
Oh, hello,
I'm here for a few minutes, guys. I got family coming over to drop off some prescriptions for me.
Oh, nice.
Just want to say hi.
Hello, darling.
I'm still alive, though I feel like shit. You can see my eyes are all red from they won't stop watering.
Wow.
And from it watering so much, my eyes are burning and the skin is killing me.
Oh, darling.
I'm up like 40 plus pounds and it's all on my legs. I can barely walk.
Oh, sweetheart.
Man, what kind of prescriptions you got coming?
Antibiotics.
Antibiotics, that's good.
Yeah.
Good. That'll knock it right on the head.
I think from my tooth infection went to my sinuses, so that's why I had my head cold and all that. And then when I start coughing, I can't stop coughing. And then my legs being down so much with working on the computer for that week, they swelled up and they're huge, especially at my left side. It's the biggest it's been in a very long time.
Wow.
But yeah, I'm still alive.
Right on. I appreciate it. Are you able to get your feet up off the ground a bunch?
The problem is since they're so big, it kills me from sitting in this chair.
Yeah.
I can only sit in here for so long. I'm stuck in bed.
Yeah.
So.
You think a bed with a raised foot end on it would help?
I have a wedge, but the wedge is kind of flat, so it raises it up a little bit. It's just, and the problem is I can't sleep. As soon as I lay down, I start coughing because I got all sinuses. You know how, and I got the chest congestion. Yeah. And every time you lay down, you just start coughing.
Oh,
wow. Well, I can't wait to see how the antibiotics treat you. That should really help you in a big way.
How many courses are you getting for the antibiotics, my love?
I got like 21 days. So, and then a refill if it doesn't knock it out.
I was going to say, because it sounds pretty. Look, not that I'd be much use, but I wish I was there to help you out. I'd move mountains to help you. I know.
I've dealt with this so many times. It's a slow process to get the swelling down. I've been trying to get on the vibration plate as much as I can. By sitting here, the little bit I can sit here, I put my legs on it, but my legs are down when I'm on it. I can't stand back up on it. So the past 3 months for me have been hell. One thing after another after another.
Wow.
And I'm tired.
I bet.
Well, I'm an email away.
I know.
Got me?
All you guys are. I know.
Now listen to me. I'm going to point the finger. I'm an email away.
I know.
I love you.
I love you too. I love all you guys. You guys know that.
Right. As long as we're clear.
I appreciate it. Thanks for coming on, man. But
no problem.
Definitely let us know how the antibiotics are working and kicking in.
Yeah.
You guys getting all ready for your flight, huh?
We are. This is getting crazy.
Yeah.
We got like 9 days.
9 days? No, you're leaving next week. Well, yeah, okay. Well, you guys, that's right.
Yeah.
I don't even know what day it is. It's the 19th. You used to got one more week. Okay.
Yeah.
9 days. I thought you guys were leaving this week.
No, I leave on the 29th.
See, I don't even know what day it is. I thought this was the week before. Yeah, okay.
We didn't let you miss that much work, Michael.
I don't know.
I think I've got 10 days. I'll leave the day after. You're there a day ahead of me. So
I don't even know what day it is.
Yeah.
it's the 20th here, so it's the 19th for you.
19th here, yeah.
Is the vibration plate helping all right now, or?
For the little bit that I can use it, I was doing so great when I was on my fast. I went 11 days on my fast, and then as soon as I ended that, like 2 days after, I just went downhill.
Wow.
And I gained back everything that I lost on I lost like 31 pounds, and my legs were feeling great. And I know I lost weight other places too. I could feel it, especially in my arms and my face. Yeah. But it all went to my left leg, and it's a bitch to walk again.
Wow, man.
I almost fell down 3 times.
Wow.
Because I'm not used to it. And I'm like, unreal. It's like I'm back where I was last year this time with the walking.
Wow, that's crazy.
But I don't know.
I'm going to be sending you lots of loving vibes and lots of love from over here.
How are you doing? How are you doing? We haven't seen you in a few weeks. Yeah.
Oh my goodness me. I got my vibration plate.
How you like it? Is it helping you?
I love it. I'm finding it very hard to not be just sitting on it all.
Doesn't it make your legs feel great? It takes away the pain. And
I noticed one thing I did notice last night when I get into bed. I mean, hoisting this freight into the bed. I mean, it's one foot, one leg, and then the other. And it's like,
Sounds like how I do it. It's like an Olympic event.
I almost need a crane, but almost, I noticed last night and I thought, okay, now that's just my imagination. When I brought this last leg up onto the bed, that's the toughest one, the last leg. I'm like, oh, okay, well, that cleared the clearance of the top of the bed a little bit easier. Nah, it's just my imagination. It's just my imagination. So jury's still out, but I did notice that getting into bed was just
a little bit easier.
Tiny bit.
Yeah. Keep using it. How long did you have it?
Oh, it only arrived on Friday.
Oh, so you just started using it. Keep using it. It'll help you. I'm telling you.
Oh, yeah. I'll do anything to get rid of the pain in the legs. Hey, I know who I'm talking to here. I mean, the pain in the legs it's a killer.
It sucks.
A fucking killer. Hate it.
I think, man, I wish we could. Well, I wish you would not be stubborn, first of all, but I wish we could get you a bed that would raise the feet up, man. That was the first.
I looked at getting a hospital bed a long time ago. That would, because when I was in the hospital, people would come in and I'd be tilted like this with my legs open.
So
it helps.
Why don't we? Yeah, why don't we do that? Why don't we get you one of those beds? Yeah. Don't give me that look.
Steady on, Michael.
Don't give me that look. I know you don't want stuff, and everybody knows you don't ask for stuff, but that's something that you need to ask for, and we should help you get.
We're all in this together, my darling. We're all on the same team, headed in the same direction. I know what it's like. Accepting help. Oh, it's hard.
I'll be
but
okay.
Accepting health is being strong too, because
I know.
This is for health. Yeah, you need to prioritize your health.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do it.
From where I was a year ago, from where I am here today, it's night and day where I'm at. If this will probably be hopefully my last time I deal with this, and I just keep dropping the weight and get away from all this. I don't want to be ever back to this again. For sure.
And you deserve. That's why, Michael, you're in such a better place right now. You can't let. I know I hate it too. I don't take anything from people like that either. It's really annoying. But yes, exactly, Missy. That's what I was getting at. Too exactly.
No.
Well, I know that you say no, but unfortunately, there's a guy that's equally as stubborn you, wearing a bigger hat than you, and I'm going to put on a fundraiser, and we're going to get you
You're not.
And
Watch me.
what you guys have got
me.
Please
down there, I wear on my chest. So I'm just saying.
I know that you don't want it, and I get it, but I'm putting down my size.
I didn't come on here to do that, guys. I don't
know
want
you
that. I don't
didn't.
want nobody to feel sorry for me.
Nobody would even remotely think that you did, Michael. But I've known you a while now, and I know that was what helped me get the fluid off the most, was getting my legs up above my heart at night.
I was thinking about it, getting a pulley to the ceiling and,
Listen, I thought about all those things too. And when
believe me, the shit I've thought about, man.
When I was real big, right? But the problem is that doesn't work. You know why? Because it puts so much pressure on your knee. I know. I know. When I was doing this, when I was stuck in that stupid chair, my legs were so heavy that I'd have to lift them up onto a footstool. And then what would happen is, if my heel was higher than my knee, all the pressure would go to my knee. Right. If my heel was lower than my knee, it would put pressure on my hip, and it would actually pull my hip out of the side. You need
I have all of it too. I know.
Full support going up, and you need to have it, because you're doing good. No, I'm talking. Don't give me your excuses. Listen,
hey, I can mute you. Oh, Todd's having technical difficulties at the moment. I'm not sure what his problem is over there, but it's mine. I think it's the hat.
Anyways, you're doing so good on Carnivore, man, and you're making real strides. But one thing that I know for sure that's happening, because it's happening to me. I was just talking about this earlier today, but when you are emptying out those expanded fat cells of fat, you're opening them up to gain fluid, and you have to get those out until they atrophy and shrivel up. And that's why your weight water fluctuation is so much right now. But
what really started was doing the last stream that we did, sitting up with my legs down for the full 3+ hours. That messed me up.
Right.
My back was locking up. I was not used to doing that. Let me tell you. Because I'm usually sit back in this, but even here, my legs don't get up high enough. It helps, but I just want to lose the weight. That's all I want to do. I want to drop another 160, 150 pounds, and get better. That's all.
And Charlie brings up a good point. I don't even think you need a hospital bed, because you need a big fig frame. I have the big fig frame, and it'll lift 1,100 pounds, and it works.
So you can come over and visit me. We lay in bed together.
we can spoon. Michael, in fact, that's going to be my thing. If you don't give me your address, I'm going to drive it to Chicago, and I will spoon with you. And don't give me your address, so I can ship it to you.
This is why I don't. This is why I don't give out my information, because I know how people are.
I will find you.
No, you won't.
No, I will.
No, you won't.
I will.
I am invisible, buddy.
You are not invisible. You think you're invisible, but you're 700 pounds.
First of all, the problem is you think my name's Michael.
Exactly. I know. I get all sorts of it, but it doesn't matter. I already know how I'm going to find you, and I'm not going to tell you because you try to stop it, but I already know I'm going to find you, and I'm going to bring you a damn bed.
But first of all, my name's Michael.
That's fine, Susan. I don't care what you
How did you know?
You identify as Michael, but you're acting like a daddy. But we're going to talk later, and you're going to take this bed, because we're going to get you a bed, and you're going to get your feet up off the ground. And it's going to be better. And you're just going to have to take it. I don't care. I'm not taking no for an answer. Not doing it. Not doing it. I will hold a cat hostage if.
Todd. Technical difficulties again, Todd.
Keep it up, sir. Keep it up.
Oh, my goodness me.
Yes.
You're killing me.
Yeah, exactly, Missy. Exactly. You tell him, Missy, because he won't listen to me. Michael won't listen to me. I've been saying this stuff for a long time.
Missy, keep your nose Keep your nose out of it.
No, Missy, don't. Don't
No.
tell him, Michael. He needs it. He needs it. He needs some tough love. That's what he needs.
Because
But
he's
soon.
worth it.
It is worth it, and you'll feel so much better. But serious question: if let's get past all the you're not going to do it, but if you were to get one, do you have family there that can help you set it up and get it up the stairs?
I don't know what I'm going to do with it, though. Where am I going to put it at?
Where your existing bed is?
Yes.
That's where I'd put it because I had to take that old frame out. So do you have people there? Because I could arrange for people to come there, or you could get a visit from a cheeky fellow.
With a hat.
Who's also called Susan.
Exactly. which is also weird, but you would feel so much better. It was the game changer for me. You need to spend time with your legs above your heart to get that stuff off there, because I know we hate this stuff, and I know that you hate. I get it. Everything about it sucks, but you need it.
We'll think about it. I'll do some thinking.
I do some thinking, and take off your stubborn, hard-headed, thick-skulled hat and put on your your reasonable hat, and let's come up with a plan. Because did you make me freeze up? I think you did make me freeze up, or was that just me?
I'll hack your computer.
On me. I'd appreciate it. We got to do some. So,
let's see here. Looking at some of these comments here.
Exactly. Charlie, here's one you should listen to. Charlie's a very smart man.
He is. I'm not good at accepting help from people.
Oh, we hardly noticed, Michael. Shit. I know. But you need to let us help.
I am still carnivore, 100%. My fast, when did I end my fast? Last Thursday? I don't even know what day it is. All I've been doing is sleeping.
It's your Sunday.
Yeah, I want to see when I ended my fast. I think I ended it on a Thursday. So, and I was doing great. I don't even know.
On a completely unrelated note, would a king size fit in your room?
No.
Would a queen size fit in your
Queen is what I got now.
Okay. On another
how is this unrelated?
I don't know. It just seemed unrelated.
He noticed that, huh?
On another unrelated note, well, I'm trying to figure out if we're going to spoon. I want to be comfortable.
How much room you're going to have?
On another note, do you like a hard mattress or a soft mattress?
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Well,
wait, you guys are doing fast, huh? I'm just looking up here now.
Yeah, you know what's weird about that, Michael?
What?
Yeah.
We didn't plan on it. And
no?
we both
you guys backstab me. You guys, we're on a fast. Let's join me, Michael. So I joined you guys, and then you guys quit the next day.
we did completely bail on you. We left you out on your own.
When did you guys start? I'm ready to start again. I want to start so bad because I feel so much better.
Just last night. And that was the funny thing is we both started our fast within 2 seconds of each other.
Not knowing that. Yeah, we hadn't planned it at all. I just decided last night.
I was thinking last night too to start another fast because I felt so much better.
Hop in.
Wow.
I'm shooting for 7 days, but if it's happened like last week, I'm probably only gonna make it 5.
I got to see if I got room. I got a couple chuck roasts in there. I got to see if I got room in the freezer. But yeah, I will do another fast. So what do you guys think? At 5 days?
I'm shooting for 7, but it might only be 5.
7 was great. I went 11, and I had no problem going. And I didn't even think I was going to go that long because that day all I had was some eggs and a little bit of meat to start the day off with, and I wasn't even planning on doing a fast. And I lasted, and it was great. And I felt awesome during it. I was working out. I was using the vibration plate, and then all downhill from there.
Alyssa wants to know if you can do any breathing exercises like Wim Hof.
Yeah, I have to start doing that again. It just I start coughing if I start taking deep breaths, and then I get in a coughing fit. I got cough syrup coming and antibiotics and pain meds, and I really don't want to start taking all that stuff, especially the antibiotics. That just knocks me out.
Charlie is making good points again.
Yeah,
We've had this
I
talk
would.
before.
Yeah.
I would be one of the first.
Exactly, and that's the
But
thing.
I'm not one of those people that like to accept.
We know,
it, and I don't.
but today's the day. Today's the day. We're all making changes today.
Oh,
Why? What else changes is going on for today?
Well, let's see. Did you see my cooking video? I made my first
I seen it. I didn't watch it though yet.
I made my first voiceover cooking video. I did a voiceover on that one. So you'll have to.
What did you make? You made
I made those chicken strips with the ranch.
I definitely want to watch that. I'm still waiting for my pizza.
I'm doing that next. I'm doing the pizza one next. Now that I got this down, and I did get it down to a science. That took me 3 hours of cooking to make that video, but I shortened it up and fast forwarded it, so it worked out pretty good. But yeah, they were delicious. My sister loved them. My mom even loved them, and that's saying something because she's picky as the day is long.
Now that I could have used because I did not feel like cooking. Let me go look at. I want to see some pictures of this.
Here,
I got it. I'm already up there.
Oh, there you go.
Let me see.
Yeah.
I just want to see some pictures. Oh, they look good.
They were so good. They were so good. My sister's even super surprised. And that worked, putting the ranch seasoning inside so it had the ranch buffalo combo taste.
Man, they look fantastic.
They were so good. And I double dredged them and fried them.
You cooked the meat first, huh?
I did because
In the Ninja.
I did because the first time I tried it, not quite this recipe. The problem is that you keep them in there so long that you have to turn the temperature on the oil down, and then that soaks it soaks the pork panko with oil, and so they get kind of slimy and start to fall apart.
Right.
But I was already thinking about doing that, but I was like, I bet I know somebody who's done this, and that's going to be Chris Cooking Nashville. So I went over there, and sure enough, he cooked them in the oven first. So I did this
In the Ninja.
in the Ninja, and I air fried them, and it worked. 8 minutes is the right time. I did 3 sheets of it. I did about 7 pounds.
It didn't get tough from cooking for 8 minutes, right?
Not at all. I did 1 sheet for 8 minutes, 1 sheet for 10 minutes, 1 sheet for 12 minutes because I didn't know. It's new territory for me. I didn't know what was going to work. And 8 minutes was perfect. 8 minutes was absolutely perfect. So juicy and tender. And it had
good.
Yeah, because it had almost like a chicken bacon ranch profile if you've ever done, which is really good. And then and then you put that together, and then also I didn't show it on here, but the next batch, because I saved a bunch of them and put them in the refrigerator, and then I got hungry later because I was letting everybody try them, so I didn't eat very many of them. So I got hungry later, and the next ones I actually did pork rind and Parmesan cheese crusted. So that was really good because it helped as a binder, and man, it was tasty. So
I hadn't had cheese in 5 months.
Right? I hadn't had cheese.
Sorry, that was said with a very far away look, wasn't it?
For sure. I hadn't had a lot of cheese. I did this one other time, but Parmesan cheese is the only cheese I've had, and it's been twice now making breaded pork because the cheese just helps it bind. You don't need a bunch, but it just helps the pork rinds bind a little bit.
I'm so scared. I am so scared to have cheese because I do love cheese. I'm scared to even go there. I'm scared to have herbs and I'm petrified. I'm chicken. I'm just so chicken because I'm at the moment extra pain for me. No, I can't do it. And if I'm going to eat something that's going to,
It's just not worth it, right?
I'm like, I can't. I can't.
Right.
And that's what keeps me staying the course and keeping the sails in the right direction so that they catch the wind and keep going forward. I'm just too scared. I can't do it. I admire anybody that can, and then they find out that they don't get inflammation from it. I'm like, oh, you are so lucky. I'm just too chicken.
Well, you'll get there for sure, and over time, and then you can just start adding things one at a time and see.
Yeah.
But I've stepped out a little bit because I actually noticed that when I do that a little bit more, it's keeping it. It almost helps me eat more, because now my real latest problem has been eating enough, because I'm fasting a lot and it's hot out, and so it's kind of fun to make it taste just a little bit better, because otherwise I just don't have I don't know, I just don't have the desire to eat much anymore, and
yeah,
so.
I'm the same. I'm really I'm aware. I know that it's probably not a big deal, but I'm just like, am I eating enough? Am I really eating enough? I'm like, yeah, that's all I really want. I'm not hungry. I'm just not hungry. And I know that'll change.
Thank you so much for reminding him, Susan. That opportunity could have missed.
I thought your nose was looking a little bit bigger, but I thought maybe it was the background.
It's not bigger, you jerk. It's got a burn
Here we
on
go.
it for making the chicken strips, because a hot thing of grease smacked me right on the stomach.
I think you were trying to pick your nose in the middle of the night and you missed.
No, I was trying to freebase the fry oil is what really happened. It backfired. So funny, guy.
You're lucky you got a big hat on to cover up that big nose you got now.
I do. I got to balance it out.
When I first came out and I seen this, I said, "What did Todd get a new hat with your background?"
Right? Yeah, I know. Isn't it funny? Like if I line up,
you sit right in the center of it.
There.
Like you
Looks like a
Inspector Gadget.
Looks like a sombrero.
Inspector Gadget.
Yeah.
Todd's really getting into the Texas thing.
Yeah, right there. What it is, this is my new logo, you big jerks.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's a logo. I thought it was a hat extension.
It looks like it. It definitely looks like it. They do think it does look like I'm gonna go get Inspector hat or whatever gadget hat and fly off. For sure. I get it. It has not lost the irony on me. Oh, good Lord.
Oh, I love how you give each other hell. I really do.
Gotta pick on Todd. That's why he's here.
That is my main purpose for being here. They let me think that I get to host things around here, and it's not true. I'm like the guy that sits in the water tank at the carnival.
And we dunk it. I wouldn't try to dunk it. I just throw the ball and make sure I hit you.
Right, exactly.
That's probably what happened to his nose.
Oh God! Oh, I love you guys. Oh my goodness.
Todd's thinking right now, I wish Michael didn't come on.
No, I'm just thinking I'm going to pay you back when I'm going to hotbox you when I'm staying the night with your new bed. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. Pull a Cosette on me, huh?
I'm going to pull a Cosette on you. I've learned from the best.
Oh, heck. Honestly, speaking of which, that 2 hours and 42 minutes on that last live that I did with that first live I did with you, I'm so glad I timestamped it, because I have gone to it so many times, nearly every day, and it gives me the same amount of laughter every single time. Funniest story. Thank you. Funniest story I have heard. It's given me so much joy. And like I said earlier, I'm going to have permission to use that in my yearly review, because to date, it is the funniest moment in this crazy, crazy journey. It is the funniest moment. It's just
granted.
brilliant.
Let's see here if I can find this. Charlie was asking. I don't know why I always lose all my pictures. I don't know how this happens that I lose everything all the time. It's so strange. I have 2 monitors and I'm always like, hey, I'm going to put this picture right here so I don't lose it. And then I'm like, where did my picture go? And I can't find it anywhere.
It's like a head explosion.
I don't know. I feel like if Michael has done something to me.
Did you read the comment on the screen?
It
No.
wasn't Michael this time.
It's great. It's like an emoji head explosion. Thank you so much. Now I see it. Thank you. All right, I'm gonna back away, and then I'll try to talk. So that.
I'm just gonna fall over.
Yeah, I almost did fall over. I almost ran right off the edge. That's the laminin protein symbol.
Right.
And so it's the laminin protein symbol, which is also called the God molecule. It's a real it's a protein symbol that holds all other DNA together. It's like the tethers all DNA together, and it's a crucifix. Like literally, the molecule is a cross. And so that's my T for the carnivore cure. Those are 2 C's and a T. Because I just think it's fitting that,
it is fitting.
Yeah, that is.
Move over, look to your left.
Thank you, you turd. And then my guy that made it decided that it would be funny if he made, I don't know, I guess he thought it'd be nice if it made a cowboy hat in the middle, because that's what it looks like.
That's what it looks like, yeah. Looks good.
And so, but anyhow, from day one, I've always had the laminin protein symbol because I've always thought, isn't this funny that the kind of cure to everybody's health is not eating enough animal protein, And so
I know I'm not eating enough fat. I just know it.
For sure.
I can feel it. I can feel it.
Eat more. That's why when I got off this fast, that was the first thing I did is increase my fat.
Right.
And I feel completely different this time, head-wise, than I did last time.
So good.
Keep I'm making
dinner tonight.
Increase the fat.
Bacon and eggs. Streaky bacon and eggs. If they don't want to eat it, that's fine. I don't care. That's what I'm having. Too bad.
You're surprised how much better it makes you feel.
How are you guys? Are you guys still doing your iodine? I just realized the way I'm feeling.
It yet.
I'm still taking it. I increased more now that I'm sick.
Are you feeling good? I mean,
I'm not feeling good. No, but yeah, I've increased it since, especially more now than I have been. Now that I've been sick.
I just realized that's why I'm down.
You haven't been taking it.
Yeah. Well, today I forgot to take it.
Oh.
That's why. You don't use any Merwin?
No, I take my electrolytes though, the salt, magnesium, and potassium.
Try taking some iodine.
I have not researched it, so
it helps.
Total noob.
Yep.
What will it do? What is it? I'm admitting I don't know anything about the iodine thing.
It's good for your thyroid.
Right.
Yeah. And it's also good for your immune system.
Well, and it's good for pretty much every cell in your body.
Yeah, it needs it.
Yeah, and for me, what was given me, so I watched a video on Ken Berry and with Dr. Brownstein, and I actually watched 2 of them.
I got that video, I think. Let me see.
Well, thanks, sir. And I kept having a problem. Every time I was fasting, I was starting to get a hoarse throat, and I would get a cramp in my throat right here. And they said that was a sign of a goiter on your thyroid gland, And so, and that was one sign of being low on iodine. And so anyhow, I take a massive amount now because of that video, because I've taken 50 milligrams a day, but it's been nothing but fantastic for me. It got rid of that hoarse throat, made my throat stop cramping, and I got a bunch of energy from it. And even stranger, in 2019, I took bioidentical testosterone replacement therapy, and I give myself injections. And the very first time I gave myself an injection, I got a headache. But then when I closed my eyes for about an hour because I got a migraine from it. When I opened my eyes, it was like I was seeing in color for the first time. All the color was super bright and vivid. I didn't see clearer, just everything was bright and vivid.
Crikey.
It was like I was seeing color. Well, I stopped taking those hormones because I realized you could become dependent on it and your body would stop making them if you took them. So I only took them for 6 weeks and then I stopped.
Yeah.
And I decided I wanted to try to do it with diet. But yeah, the first time I took the iodine, same thing happened. All of a sudden, it was like I was seeing in high definition color again. So very strange for me. And I realize I'm an extreme example that it had a real extreme effect with me, but it is my new favorite thing. And I take a lot of it. See how dark? I don't know if that gets on there.
Let me ask you, how many eyedroppers full is your 50 milligrams?
So I'm now using J. Crew's
5 milligram?
Yeah, 5%.
Yeah, I seen that. I seen that. I was thinking about getting a bottle of that to try it.
And that's 20 drops.
20 drops is 50.
Yeah, because it's 20.
Have you noticed a difference? Because I hear that the 5 milligrams is a lot stronger.
It is stronger, tastes stronger, but it's just I take less drops now. See, if it was in the other stuff, the 2%, you would take 50 drops. So, and I know that it sounds like the math is wrong, but it's not.
Right.
Because the dropper is different. So I had to look it up. But what it is per drop, there's 2.5 milligrams per drop. So 20 drops is 50 milligrams. And I had to check that out for myself. And also Dr. Phil at the SBG even confirmed that. But I can tell you that I had to get another water because I'm about to drink this iodine. And I was going to say, I can tell you that the 5% does not taste great. It is pretty rough. I don't know if you can see the color that makes it, but it's like tea, it's like tea thick,
Yeah.
So this one does taste a lot worse than the 2%.
Right, strong.
Other version. Yeah, for sure.
Hi, Carnivore Candy.
Ooh.
I see you.
Oh.
I recall a comment a little way back. Somebody was asking if anybody had tried is it 2-ingredient carnivore ice cream with eggs and cream?
No,
Has
I've seen
anybody
that
made-
though. I've seen that video. I didn't watch it yet though, but
Pardon me for not remembering who it was, but
Bella's right.
I think so.
I think so.
I think Bella did one in response to, I think, Kiltz's.
Yeah. I need to tell you about my long-standing relationship with ice cream. Not exactly a healthy relationship, if I'm being honest. And my mum and I had this theory that and I mean, tongue-in-cheek here, we're talking, it's a bit of a joke, and it was our theory, okay, our little silly theory. We had this theory that, when, you bring ice cream home, you have to eat it as soon as possible, otherwise it goes off. Now, that means you just got to eat it as soon as possible. Yeah, it sort of built a very unhealthy relationship with ice cream. I can definitely understand the value in having a carnivore version of it, but for me, anything that is close to that kind of consistency, I see what I mean? Total chicken. I'm like, too scared. Too scared. Because I remember that texture. I enjoyed that texture. And I'm like, oh. But then you're looking at the value of it with all the fats to get some extra fats into you. For me, I just don't think I could do it. It would just trigger a memory. I'm like, best to
I
stay
wouldn't be
away.
able to moderate at all.
No, I can't.
Yeah.
Just abstain. It's easier for me. I just have to keep away from it.
You know what I did break my fast with though?
What's
I broke
that?
my fast with Lindy's colada.
Oh, how was it?
Oh, how was it?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then the next time I made it a little different. I made it my version. And instead of putting hot water in there, I put bone broth in there.
Oh,
And that was fantastic. And then a little bit of cayenne pepper I put in there. Just get a little bit of spice. Oh, that was good.
I bet that was delicious, man.
Yep.
Sounds so good. I got to try one of those. I still been
Really good. Really good.
still
And
been.
did you have it hot? You
Yes.
drank it hot?
I drank it hot and oh man, so
Yeah.
frothy. Oh,
And
so
in
good.
summer, it's really nice to have it chilled. It's almost like having a milkshake in summer. But
Yeah, I'm gonna have to try it.
I'm enjoying them warm.
I'm gonna try
Yeah.
making one and then letting it cool overnight and then seeing how that turns out. But man, that
Yeah,
was good.
just throw it in the fridge and have it chilled the next day is nice. But for winter, I like it hot too. It's like a warm hug. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
Try it with the bone broth.
Yeah.
Really
Yeah,
good.
and didn't Moni, she tried it with the bacon grease as well, didn't she? She didn't
Mhm.
have
Yeah, she did.
calories.
And she said it was
that
good.
was amazing.
Mhm.
So
Wow,
Yeah.
that's awesome. I bet it's super tasty with the bone broth. I can see that.
oh,
it's a really nice light meal, especially if you don't want to have a big steak, go to bed on a full tummy.
Yep.
It's nice and soothing.
Yeah, really great for breaking a fast.
Right. Oh,
Excellent.
there was that. I just saw we had star comments. I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, I've been starring them.
I posted the link to that video in the chats.
Oh,
For
awesome.
The 2 ingredient ice cream fellas.
That's awesome. And then let's see. Yeah, I know Charlie's here. Hi, Charlie. We started that too. Charlie and Marilyn are watching. Thanks so much. And then this was a good topic. Week from Memorial Day. Any barbecue ideas? I'm not doing anything for Memorial Day just yet, but I got a bunch of plans from when I get back from Texas and specifically after I get through the fireworks season. But I'm going to start making smoked meat sticks and sausages as my plan. Because I think there's so much that you could do. Like I was thinking, why couldn't I take that same chicken that I just made, that chicken filler, and then add a little bit of, make them into sausages and then smoke them. I think they'd be delicious.
Or meatloaf.
And then we could do all sorts of things, So
Well, feel
I think
free to
that-
try it out when we're in Texas. I mean, I'm happy to be a guinea pig and try
you
new
go.
recipes.
Man, that made such a mess though. I don't know how
jealous.
that video did not give it justice. I did 3 bags of pork rinds. The middle one, I beat the tar out of it with a cast iron skillet and it exploded. And there was pork rind crumbs for about a 60-foot radius. It was like I hit the house with a pork rind frag. It was the craziest thing.
Worse than the glitter?
It may have, it wasn't as hard to get up, but it did cover more ground than the glitter.
Yep.
Yeah, because I thought, I know what I'll do. I'll hit it really hard with a 12-inch cast iron skillet. That was
didn't
was
end
not-
well, did it?
no, it didn't. So anybody who's wondering, don't hit your bag of pork rinds with 12-inch cast iron skillet.
No.
Because,
It's worse than glitter, apparently.
yeah, it's because the cleanup is not friendly, for
Oh.
sure.
I
I
haven't
do-
done a fast yet, so I haven't even done a prime yet. So
Yeah, I do a little mini prime before each one of them. That's why yesterday I took down about 4 pounds of those chicken strips yesterday because they had a bunch of fat in them,
Yeah, I definitely prime. It's called a nourish prime, and then do your fast.
Yeah.
It lasts a bit longer. If you're white knuckling your fast, you're not doing it right.
Exactly. I didn't prime enough because I was going for 7 days, but I woke up. Well, actually, I went to bed on day 4, and for the first time in forever, I was in the kitchen and Mom had donuts in there, and it was the first time that my brain went, "Ooh, donuts," and I was like, I must be over fasting. And so anyhow, I'm like, well, I'll go to bed and see how I feel in the morning. And then I woke up in the morning. I had brain fog. I couldn't recall certain words. I was trying to speak and I was stumbling over my own words. I was like, yep, I've over fasted. So I just pulled the plug at 5 days. And you guys would be proud of me though, because I just had a couple of meat sticks. Instead of eating an entire steak, I actually broke my fast slowly instead of going in head
That's
first.
That's way.
Worked out just fine.
What do you all drink during a fast? Just water with electrolytes? Yeah, that's what I have. I've got electrolytes in my water, so that's what I'm doing at the moment.
Yeah, I've got one of these bottles. I have 1 can of bubbly in there, which is it's flavored with, it's the sort of flavor that it's got nothing in it. There's like literally nothing nasty in it. Is it ideal? Probably not. Is it mineral water? No, but works for me.
Right.
And I make my own electrolytes, and I put a teaspoon of that in there with some ice, and this bottle keeps it cold all day. And I'm not, will I do it later where, they say, oh, you got to drink 2-3 liters of water a day. You're right. I'm not pushing myself just yet. I'm happy to have this with just my electrolytes, and we'll call it a day. Yeah, that's what I have. That's what I have with my electrolytes.
I don't drink anything but water, and I have been doing alternate days. So like if I do a 5-day fast, the first day is dry, the second day is wet, the third day is dry, the fourth day is wet, and the fifth day is dry. So I alternate 24-hour dry fast with 24-hour wet fast, and I drink water.
I don't think I could do a dry fast.
It's easier.
I need something to drink. I get dried out too much.
I feel you, but it's weird because when you start doing it, like I thought I couldn't do it either, and then I did it, and now it's actually my preferred fast because you'll go through about an hour where you have this dry mouth and dry sinuses and dry eyes. You have about an hour and a half, and then your body kicks in and starts pulling fluid from your fat cells.
I'm gonna try it.
And then then all of a sudden now it's actually the most, like I feel more quenched when I'm on a dry fast. It's so weird.
Huh.
You actually feel quenched. And it's tempting. Like I'm not pushing it because I don't know. A lot of people say it's not good to do it over 24 hours. Some people do it for like 3 days. But a lot of people say that it's not good to do it over 24 hours. And it's so easy to do for me now that I get nervous. I don't want to do it too long. So I've just been doing it for 24-hour shots, and it works very well because naturally what happens is after I do a dry fast, when I'm fasting the next day, I don't drink hardly near as much as I would have been drinking,
Right.
And now what I'm finding is that I'm only drinking a lot of fluid now when I'm eating, and it seems to be because I'm eating salt with my food.
Have you noticed when you do a dry fast if you're outputting more?
Oh God, yes. Like
Really?
yeah, and you put out a bunch more fluid. It pulls from you and it pushes fluid out of your legs. And the scale goes down quicker because it starts pulling some of that fluid. Your body starts reaching for it, and so it does help get the fluid off you much quicker.
That's what I'm gonna do then.
But just be careful with it. Like watch it.
Yeah.
Don't push it too far because those ones are a little bit touchy, But
I like the alternate day idea, so you're not pushing.
Yeah,
It's a
I
good
think
idea.
that's the best way.
I don't know
to
if
do
I could do it, but
Yeah.
You would be surprised what you can do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you. The first day or so of a fast is always going to be the hardest. Actually, like after 10 hours in is usually the hardest point. 10 to 12 hours in. And then maybe like the next day, you're going to have a little hunger. And after that, your body just stops craving food. And you can really, now, if you're around people and you could smell food, that's going to be a different story. But if you don't see it or smell it, I think you can really do it. You should try it.
Right. For sure. My last week's fast was kind of brutal because mom's off the rails and we kind of let her be. We're like, all right, if this is what you want. So I was having to go to town every day and go get mom. But it's kind of a deal. I was like, she'll go get in the car with me, so she gets to get out of the house.
House a little bit.
So that's good. Okay. So I'm like, all right, but she wants to go to Wendy's and she wants a small French fries, a large Diet Coke, and a hamburger with just onions and mustard. So I'm like, all right, fine. But then I got to smell that while I'm fasting, and I got to order it.
Not easy.
Yeah, and then mom was like, doesn't Cosette want a pup cup? And that's mom's way of saying I want Dairy Queen. Right. So I'm like, all right. So then I got to roll through Dairy Queen, get Cosette an ice cream, get mom a strawberry sundae.
And the stuff's all handed to you, and it's right before you smell it. Yeah.
Right, smelling it all. Yeah. But I did that 3 times on a fast. Wow. Was handing all that stuff. And then I got home the very next day, night, and there's mom's, shrapnel of donuts on the counter, and of course it's got to be my favorite donuts. It was the cake donuts that were that have the Boston cream chocolate on top, and oh yeah, those are my favorite. But anyhow, I like even though that was the first time in a long time, I was like, oh, that would taste good. There was just nothing there to do it. Like there was never even a possibility it was happening. So I was like, oh, you can really change those habits, Those things can break. Speaking of which, this is a good, I'm glad you're still here, Michael, because you have a question to answer.
So I'm going first, sir?
Yeah.
My story is, if you've seen the intro, you've seen where I started and where I've been. I've been homebound now for 20 plus years. And my weight at the highest was 722 pounds. And I have severe lymphedema in both my legs. My left side is really big. It's probably close to 70 inches in size right now in circumference. I started my carnivore journey last year because I knew if I didn't make a change, it was going to be over for me. I was hoping to die last year because I was tired of living the life that I was living, and I didn't see no way of ever recovering from it. And coming across Carnivore and seeing a few people, seeing Dr. Barry up on Twitter and him pushing it, and then coming across Lindy, Todd, and everybody else in the Carnivore community, but especially Lindy and Todd. And seeing where Lindy was when she started this 2 years ago plus now, and where she was at when I came across her and her sharing her story, I'm like, wow, here's somebody that's exactly where I'm at. And look at the changes that she was able to make for herself and getting her life back. And then finding Todd. And then those two coming together, the powerhouse two right here. And me sneaking in the back door and getting in here.
That was a terrible analogy to say, but keep going.
Well, yeah, especially if we're snuggling in bed, Todd.
People are going to think there's stuff going on over there.
Me and Todd have never met yet. No. And we don't plan on it either. If there's going to be back doors involved. But finding these two people that have changed their life motivated me to make a change. And here I am. I'm down from my highest weight. Well, not now that I'm up 40 some pounds, but 200 some pounds. From my highest weight. I've been stalled since January now. But once again, I look at Todd, and I'm exactly where Todd was. He stalled as well. Your body takes a break and it's going to do what it wants to do. And you just have to keep going with the program. I know it's not easy to start. I went through hell the first month plus with the keto flu, but that woke me up, and I finally realized on how addicted I was to sugar and carbs, because I went through withdrawal. Yeah. And I was sweating, I was dizzy, I was weak. It was unreal. And I was still eating food, but all I did was cut out all the bullshit food. And the first time in my life, I finally realized how addicted I was to it and how my body was craving it. After that, the cravings were gone, and I haven't looked back yet. And I don't plan on ever going back to that because I never want to go back to where I was. I want to go forward. I want to walk down these stairs one day and get outside. I haven't been outside. I snuck up in this apartment 4 years ago, and I haven't been outside once. And I'm tired, and I want to go outside and enjoy myself. That's what life's about. So that's my story, and I just want to keep losing it. But if you're planning on starting, stick to it. Yeah, it's not easy. Your body's going to do what it wants to do. It's going to fight you. But you have to find your reason why. Why do you want to change? It's not just, for some people, it's not about weight loss. For some people, it's about other health issues. Okay, some people got diabetes. Some people have the high blood pressure. Some people have the lymphedema. Some people have, everybody's got, that's why when this show opens up, everybody has a story. Okay. And everybody's story is different. And the path to getting to wellness this is the way. This is the way to change your life. And it cures so many different ways, so many different things it helps you with. All right. I talk too much now.
No, never.
It's probably the most I ever talked at one time on.
How about you, Meriwether?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I'm still about the emotions. Michael, I love you so much.
I love you too. You know that.
I've pretty much always been a big girl from about the age of about 5. Various diets, the cabbage diet, this diet, the Scarsdale diet. You throw all these diets at the wall hoping that one is going to stick, and they never do. They never do. But, for whatever reason, I found the carnivore lifestyle, and so many things occurred to me in a very, very short space of time. The sugar addiction, the carb addiction, it's real. It is a very real beast. And I remember seeing something that you put up, Todd, saying the best way to just sort yourself out with this thing is just go all in, all strict, straight off the bat. Give your body the chance to heal. Because, when the likes of myself, Michael, we come to this thing and we're a mess. We are a mess. And you sort of think to yourself, how can one lifestyle fix all of that? You don't think it's possible. You really don't. Even on your first day when you're eating meat, you just think, there's no way any dietary lifestyle is going to fix all of that business. But it does. And, my mind, where carbs and sugar addiction is concerned, it's very much a case of I'm one Hershey's kiss away from falling off the wagon. Once an addict, always an addict. You've just got to focus and keep your mind on it. It's like with an alcoholic. They're one drink away from falling off the wagon. Same with drugs. And carb addiction and sugar addiction is as bad as those. And those sorts of things occurred to me very, very quickly within the first week of starting. And when I think of a time where, for whatever reason, if there's no meat, it actually makes me well up with tears because I can't imagine eating any other way. I can't. I just can't. I too was confined, still am a bit. Walking stick. Now my shoulder is starting to suffer for it. So it's just within the nick of time. I was confined to a garage because I eventually stopped going up the stairs because I was scared that I was going to fall down the stairs and break my neck. I slept in the garage. I played on my computer in the garage. I only came out to go to the loo, shower, or get something to eat. Didn't see daylight, sunlight, nothing for a good 8 years. And yet here I am, sitting outside, eating meat, and lost 75 pounds. I've gotten rid of all my prescription medications. I have had to take some ibuprofen because my shoulder has been very sore. But I find it very difficult to understand anybody saying that, oh my gosh, just eating meat is so restrictive. Well, with what I've just told you, I consider that more restrictive than eating meat. Because when you're not having a life, that's restrictive. So, yeah, that's my story, really.
Yeah, beautiful. Oh, my story. Being overweight since a child. Grew up in an Italian family. Food was always a very important part of our culture, and always memories of my nonna. I had a few issues with my dad. He didn't like me much, and she'd be like, "Come here, Lindy. Here's some chocolate. From a secret stash." There was always that comfort eating, and I think that's where my comfort eating sort of stemmed from. And I've had a few things happen throughout life, and my mum got sick, my daughters, and it's always that comfort eating. So that was my struggle all the way through. Tried every diet you can imagine. Nothing was sustainable. I'd lose a few kilos and then just fall off the wagon. When I was around 25, I had lap band surgery because the doctor told me that was the cure. That was going to fix me. And, wasn't me. Had my lap band surgery. I had to go on those Optifast shakes first to shrink my liver to prepare me for surgery, and I lost more weight on those Optifast shakes than I did with the actual surgery. But obviously that's not sustainable either, just having those stupid shakes. It was torture for the couple of weeks that I had them. It was a real struggle. And, yeah, they were awful. But it didn't fix the root cause of my problem. Comfort eating was still there, and then I had a double whammy. I couldn't eat anything. Everything got stuck and I would throw up, which I guess is what the surgery is supposed to do. So in itself, that is another form of torture. So the only things I could keep down was a bit of like sucking on some chocolate or having a little bit of ice cream, but even that would get stuck, ice cream, if I ate it too quickly or whatever. Eventually, I think my pouch sort of stretched. Managed to get up to 800 pounds plus or minus by my birthday, 50th birthday. I have no idea because my scales didn't go up that far. And my sister did keto and sort of said, "Oh, why don't you give this a try?" So I thought, give it a go. Struggled, macros, did my head in, trying to, all the measuring, keto lasagna, keto cheesecake, all these beautiful comfort food reminders, and I'm thinking, oh, it's keto, you could just have a double portion. It's still healthy, isn't it, because it's keto. It still wasn't fixing that root cause of the issue until I found Dr. Berry and saw his Carnivore video and thought, this guy's crazy, but what do I have to lose? I was stuck in my house. I'd been confined to my house for pretty much 6 years, couldn't do anything. I literally managed to walk from my bedroom to the couch in here. I worked full time. My job was on computer, so I just all Zoom calls. I popped a little post-it note in front of my camera and said my camera was broken, so people wouldn't see me. They'd hear this Aussie girl. I sound okay on the voice, but nobody knew what was on the other side of the screen. So it was like living this double secret agent life kind of thing. My job was pretty much the only thing that kept going. I was good at what I did, and I just felt, it gave me purpose in life. Apart from that, I felt like a failure. I failed at life. I failed as a mum, as a wife to my husband. My poor girls were without a mum. They were caring for me, which was not good. So I gave Carnivore a try. It took me about 6 months to find my feet with it. And it wasn't until I joined SBG Gang and did some coaching that I finally was able to get a grasp on it and commit to it fully. And I've lost over 500 pounds in 2 years, 5 months. So got my life back. I'm driving again, bought myself
She's
a
never
new
home.
car. With all the money I've saved not buying crap, bought myself a new car. I'm out and about, and I can fit behind the wheel of a car now, and I actually fit on the seat. Going to Texas soon. I've been on a cruise with my girlfriend. Always out and about. And my daughter, she's struggling at the moment with her health. I can get in the car and I can help her and support her. If this had happened 2 years ago with her health, I would have been useless. So I'm so lucky that I was able to find my life and get my life back, and now I can be a proper mum to my daughter and support them. So, yeah. Todd.
Oh, let's see. Where do I start?
Oh, this is going to be long.
Well, at conception, I was anorexic, and I was determined to beat it. And I did, and I overshot the landing a little bit. By the time I was 14, I was 600 pounds. I was just born huge. And I just struggled with diets on and off, my whole life. I was just always huge. Now I know it was, insulin resistant infant is what I was, but just huge, and fought it on and off, and finally, things came to a head in 2021. I got COVID. I was just got real sick. I got COVID lung. I got congestive heart failure. I was on oxygen, depression, anxiety, all these things, and was looking for an answer. But that put me into a spot where I had to be on home oxygen. I was stuck in a recliner for really about 2.5 years. Couldn't really get out of it. Something had changed, so I was just trying to figure out if I was going to keep fighting or just give up. And took one last shot at it. Decided to take a faith stance. Started watching a lot of healing videos and healing scriptures. That brought me to, and as well as working into the keto thing, because I'd already been keto for about 2.5 years and it failed. I was on a roller coaster, but when this happened, so I went back to the drawing board, watching a lot of healing videos with Kenneth Hagin and Joseph Prince, and then started really diving into Carnivore, and that's on January 1st, 2023. That's when I started. And within 6 months, I was already down 205 pounds off the oxygen. Anxiety and depression was completely gone. And that's when I knew things were this was real, because I got Lindy's off switch she's talking about. I didn't have any cravings for anything for the first time. And my mind had settled down and the anxiety was gone. And it just gives you all of it back, And I mean, I had congestive heart failure. Well, I was completely off the oxygen. My resting heart rate went from 107 beats a minute to 68 beats a minute. And my oxygen went from 88% saturation on oxygen to 96% saturation with no oxygen. Completely got my mobility back. Just, and now I'm 18 months in. I'm 270 pounds down. Composition changes have been incredible. my strength is back, and I feel better and better every day. And now I have no addictions. I mean, I'm even off of. I mean, even my nicotine habit, a 26-year nicotine habit, is completely gone. It just took everything away. Like, I started realizing those addictions and compulsive natures were due to dealing with screwed up hormones and insulin resistance, and messing with our anxiety and our cortisol levels. Right? We need to medicate those with food and sugar. It's just a drug. The sugar was a drug, no different than an alcoholic or a drug addict. That's what it was. And so that's where I am today. And me and Lindy found each other because we both did a YouTube channel at the same time because of Bill Knott in Alaska. Because we were both looking for somebody that was 700 plus pounds like we were. And so we both started a YouTube channel to reach out to Bill to let him know that this does work. And that's how this came about. And that's why this is called 700 plus pounds and counting down, because we realized, who knows how many people are out there like us. And the very first person, Michael, week number 2, he found us. So yeah, it all worked out perfect. And now we're getting more and more awesome people coming in here. We're enjoying doing these shows, going to keto or Hack Your Health. Can you believe that? We're going to Hack Your Health. And, just 18 months ago, wasn't sure if I was going to live. And now we're going
the next day. Yeah.
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 We're doing a live stream with all the doctors that we were listening to. And now they're going to be at a table with us eating our steak. So, yeah, for any of you guys that don't know, we're doing a live stream in Texas on June 1st at 7 p.m. on a Saturday, 7 p.m. Texas time. And we are having Dr. Baker, Dr.
Kiltz, Dr. Chafee.
Yeah, Dr. Bill, Kiltz, Chafee, Avadia,
Dr. Avadia, yeah.
And
Bella Stack of Butter Gangs, yeah.
Wow. Big names.
Carrie
Dr.
Mann.
Baker.
Now, yep, Dr. Baker. And it's going to be awesome. So, I mean, it's pretty incredible how far that came so quickly, So, it's pretty amazing.
Wow.
So, yeah. But no. And, I mean, it happens so fast, right? It doesn't take long to turn your life around, And this time's going to go by fast no matter what. It's going to go by fast making you sick, or it's going to go by fast making you healthy and getting free. So, it's like, you definitely owe it to yourself to give it a shot if you're so inclined. Yeah. Michael will load me up and take me around like a punching bag.
Pew, 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 pew.
Exactly. I'll be his sidekick to being kicked. I put it in water. Yeah, and because I had a little bit of water, because I just want to shoot it down like a girl shot and just be done with it.
Yeah.
I actually just squirt mine on my steak and then just eat it. Like, I can't taste it with a steak flavor because it doesn't taste the best. So just pop it on my steak. You barely even notice it's there.
For me, now the way I'm doing it now, before that I was putting a couple drops in my eggs, but now that I've increased how much I'm taking, I just put water in my mouth and then just put an eyedropper full in my mouth and drink it down. Sure, it doesn't taste good, but get it down and
Get it over with.
That's right. That's why
Medicine doesn't taste good, does it?
No, it's not supposed to.
It's not supposed to.
Most of it does because it's loaded with sugar.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
We absolutely are going to be doing our show in Texas, and we're going to be at the Healing Humanity fundraiser, likely, or right thereafter. And we are definitely going to be doing it, because when else are you going to see me and Lindy on the same camera? It's going to be crazy.
That's a good point. I didn't think of that.
And it's not going to need a wide angle lens.
Not, well, easy. It's going to need a bit of a wide angle lens, but
But
not the widest of
not
angles.
as much as it did before.
To fit a hat in it, yeah.
Oh no, she didn't.
Always the hack is drug into this. Easier to go for a swim in the afternoon than get warm? No. You can also get in a hot tub in the winter. That's not a thing. There's no way that's a thing. You can't swim.
Here we go.
You can't swim when you're working. And you know how much fun it is to work when you got swamp crack all day? Like, that's just, how do you do it? Like, oh my gosh. I couldn't do that. You're walking around going squishy, 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 squishy all day. That's absolutely terrible. Good Lord.
And this current, I'm not a very good faster, but this current fast I'm leaving open-ended. I'm just going to fast until my body says no more. So not putting a time frame on this one. I think it's the best way to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you have to. I had to pull the plug last week at 5 days, and I'm happy I did, because I've done this enough times where if I push it, then I can't fast for weeks later. Like, I don't want to fast for weeks because my body's freaked out about it. But as soon as the first signs where you know you need it, if you just feed it, if you just refeed, it's kind of like, there's some, gym rats and personal trainers that'll talk to you about, instead of pushing 105% every time you go to the gym and then have to spend 3 or 4 days healing, they're like, work to, like, because there's a theory in the gym that you work until failure. You literally push until the muscle fails, and then you got it all right. But there's a few people are like, or you work until 90%, and then instead of having to take 4 or 5 days to heal, or even 3 or 4 days to heal, you heal up in 2 days, and then you work till 90% again 2 days later or a day later. And then because their theory is that the overall is that at the end of the month and the end of the year, you'll have worked out more days with more reps than you did by going to 100% failure, because the downtime was so much. That's how I feel about fasting. If I push a fast just because I made a weird arbitrary date of 5 days, 7 days, 10 days, whatever, if I push it to that number just because I'm like, oh, I don't want to fail, I got to suck it up.
Nope.
I do that, then I don't get to fast the next week or the week after, because my body doesn't want to, and it takes too much recovery time. Now, I just did a 5-day fast 3 days ago, and I'm back into at least another 5-day fast. So that's pretty incredible when you think about it, because at the beginning of this year, I had to do a 5-day fast, and I overshot it, and it hurt, right? And so I wasn't able to fast for a while. A lot of that, I think, had to do with over fasting at the time. I wasn't eating enough fat, and it was winter, which my body didn't want to fast through. But now, if you just listen to it, you're going to get a bunch more fasting days in, which is good. You're going to spend more time in autophagy. You're going to lean out. And I really like that, because it's kind of like a weightlifter diet or weightlifter strategy of bulking and cutting. Bulk up to put on muscle, but then you do a little cut to lean up, and you just kind of keep going back and forth, which also plays into an awesome thing that I like that Dr. Kilt said, because he said the body likes the act of balancing. It doesn't like to be balanced, because balance means you is atrophy, because balance means no more movement, right? And so you're atrophy, but it likes the act of balance. So that's what fasting and priming, or bulking and cutting, that's what these things are, right? It's a corrective measure that you're kind of on this little, tiny roller coaster, but you're making these corrective changes all the time, but your body just doesn't get stagnant to it, right? It keeps it moving, where it keeps it in motion. And I really like that. That's what's been very handy for me. That was a long answer to Lindy's question.
What happens after week 3 priming? I see 1 day fast, 23-1 on the calendar.
That is a question for people above my pay grade. No, it's ask that in the open chat tomorrow, and Amy will be able to show you the rest of the calendars if that's what you're asking, because I don't have them memorized. But yeah, check that out in the open chat, and Amy can hook you up with those calendars.
Electrolytes. I'll switch into lemon water. Is that good?
So
Be
that's what
better
I
than
drink
having the
sometimes.
aspartame.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. And I mean, you can do Dr. Berg's stuff too, and it's got
Too sweet. Oh,
Yeah, it's too sweet for me too.
yeah.
You can do LMNT, then it's a little bit expensive. You can do snake juice.
I can say something about the LMNT, the
Yep.
flavored ones. The flavored ones. They use stevia as their sweetener, which is fine. Some people like it. I don't. Can't stand stevia. But there is a little bit of maltodextrin in the flavored ones as a carrier to offset the bitterness. Now, be careful. Maltodextrin is worse than sugar. Marketed as 0 calorie, which it is, of course. It is. But it's a tricky one. You're better off just dispensing with aspartame, those sweet and low, equal sweeteners, all of those things. Just I got rid of them. I went to monk fruit. Stay away from and read the label. Stay away from anything with maltodextrin in it, because that was an eye opener and a half. Just if you need electrolytes, if you're going to buy them, get the raw electrolytes. Stay away from the flavors. You're better off just putting like half a teaspoon of monk fruit in anything if you must have a bit of sweetness. But yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that.
It's good. I've gotten to the point where I don't need electrolytes, but it took me 9 months to get there for sure. And now I get it out of my food well enough. I keep starting carnivore and then I F up and try again. But how do you commit fully?
The why.
That's right. The why
It's
is
the why.
Yep. Anytime you want to ready to give in, ask yourself why you started it in the first place.
Yep. Dig deep.
And look at the stuff that you have to gain.
Yeah, I think to expand on that, I agree with the why, but the why comes from knowledge, because you don't even understand your why yet. A lot of times you don't fully have it figured out. I mean, some of you do for sure. Like, because if you get sick enough, that becomes your why, and it becomes a very, if it brings you to your knees, that becomes an easy why. But also, when I was doing it, the thing that really fortified my why was when I realized that we'd been lied to, right? And that our food environment had been screwed up. And then my why really became, I shifted from thinking that I was broken to understanding that I was being attacked now by our environment, our food system, by money, that there are powers that be that are making us sick on purpose, and they're doing it for profit, right? And it's not even a doubt in my mind anymore. And when I saw that, if you had a bully that you couldn't stand and you detested him, and he was trying to beat you up every day, would you bring him money? Would you buy his products and give him money to empower him to keep fighting you? And so when I look at sugar and all that crap in the stores, those donuts, this junk, these sodas, the medication, even, the prescription medication, I'm funding the war against myself when I do that, right? And so I don't want to play these guys a game. These people that have, as far as I'm concerned, they killed my brother, they killed my dad, or made him sick too for a long time. They're the reason my mom probably has Parkinson's disease. They're the reason that my brother deals with some MS stuff, and that my sister had gastric lap band surgery and my mom had gastric bypass surgery. All of these things, I see it, and I see everybody sick. 3 people, friends that I know in the last 2 years now have committed suicide because of mental health and drug things, right? And I see this, and I just don't think it has to be. Definitely a large portion of this could have gone away, and now I see that from learning what's going on, and now I think about it every day before I make a choice to not give these people money, because these people use that money to lobby places and pass laws and get stuff pushed through the FDA and put commercials on the radio and steal shelf product and push out local farmers that are making healthy stuff, and then they try to regulate it so that we can't have local farmers and they can't grow local healthy beef and have chickens and stuff. So anyhow, long story short, that became even a more bigger why for me than just trying to save my life at first. Now it's like we're at war, and I don't know, it's kind of personal, and that came from really learning what was happening. So I don't know, that's my why.
Well, mine was to lose weight, obviously, at the start, but now I just feel that's more the cherry on top, the weight loss. It's all the other benefits that I've got from this way of eating, the confidence I have now, just everything. It's changed my life completely. So, yeah, I don't know if weight loss is really a strong enough why. If you only have a few kilos to lose, it's, and also the mentality. This isn't a diet, this is a lifestyle. A diet, what happens when you get to your goal weight? Do you go back to your normal way of eating and then you put it all back on again? Like, I had to realize that this isn't a diet for me. This is my new lifestyle. And it wasn't until I accepted that it made it a lot easier for me. So, and someone also mentioned priming. Priming is a great way to get rid of those cravings. If you're still having cravings, prime. Just eat meat until those cravings are gone. And if you're a comfort eater like I was, you need to find something to replace that habit. I get my little iPad out. I've got a little colouring app, paint by number. I sit there. It distracts my brain. So I'm keeping my hands busy, my mind busy by colouring in. I'm not thinking about food. So that's my new thing. And even when I watch TV at night time, my hubby and I, we sit down, we pop a movie on or a show, and that was the time we'd ring up, order pizza, I've got my iPad. I sit and I colour in while I'm watching TV. So I'm not really watching, I'm more kind of listening. It's background noise and I'm colouring in. My husband's doing his little cross stitch, and no snacks come into the house, no pizza, no nothing. And that's just been how we deal with breaking that habit. So
Absolutely. And I'd also say, if you can, join a community. We always recommend the Steak and Butter Gang, but that community really helps because Steak and Butter Gang has community calls every day from like 11 till 5, and you can ask questions because it takes a while to figure out how to do this and how to be successful at it every day, and being immersed with like-minded people that are going through this walk at the same time you are and have similar issues that they've had to overcome. They can really help you a lot. So I would definitely recommend getting into the Steak and Butter Gang or any other good carnivore community, but that can help you out. So
I mean, it's just, for me, a lot of us have hit pretty sizable rock bottom. And one of the things that I've realized is that once you pull yourself out of a rock bottom, who wants to remember what it was like being in there? Nobody does. And I think that's a mistake. I think you should always remember what put you down there, what kept you down there, and why you got out. One of the things that I've seen that seems to be a very common theme when you do start carnivore is the first thing that happens is the clarity. The fog lifts and the mental health gets better. And like I've said before, for me, this eating meat is easy. It is easy. What I find very difficult is the emotional and mental part of this journey. And I kid you not, it's a roller coaster. It really is. But I do firmly believe that there is a reason why the common theme of those first things that happen, the clarity and the fog. If you've got a bit of soul searching to do, you can't do that with brain fog. You've got to have a clear head for it. Simple as that. And I have a feeling that that is why that is one of the first things to lift, so that you can start thinking clear and start focusing on what you need to do for yourself. You also have to be enough. You have to be enough for yourself. Do you love yourself enough to do this for yourself? I told my kids and my husband, I love you guys. You know that. Love you to death. But this carnivore lifestyle, I ain't doing it for you. Not doing it for you, you. I'm doing it for me. I'm being selfish. You are allowed to be selfish about your health, because nobody else is going to do that for you. No one's else going to. Buck stops with you, with what you put in your gob.
That's really the only thing you can control in your life, because life happens around you. Things can fall in a heap. You can control what you put in your mouth.
Right.
You're just got to be strong.
And you have to look at it as, is it worth 15 minutes of enjoyment?
Yep.
You know, and instead of going through what you're dealing with and the torture that you go through day to day, especially if you're overweight at our levels, or, you know, even 300, 400 pounds, you're miserable.
Yeah.
But, you know, everybody's got their limit on how much they can take.
Yeah.
And is that piece of pizza or whatever it is that you go to, that chocolate cake or whatever it is that you always turn to, is it worth that few minutes of enjoyment? And then you're going to regret it after it's out of your system. And you're going to say, why did I eat that? I don't know how many times I've done that in my life. And I don't want to ever go back to that. I no longer think about food. I'm free from that. And that's the biggest thing that's the biggest gift that Carnivore has given me. Yeah. No longer that off switch, like Lindy calls it, that you no longer have it constantly in your head. I could just got done eating, and 15, 20 minutes in, boom, I'm thinking about food again. Oh, I know there's a little bit more in there. I'm going to go back in there and take a couple more bites. It was so good. And I don't have that no more. Right now, I go in there, I make my meat or whatever I'm going to have, eggs or whatever, and I'm done. And I don't think about eating again no more. It doesn't come up anymore. It's so freeing.
Absolutely.
Yep. You're not wondering where the next meal is coming from. It may seem like it's strange, but I worry about one meal a day. And I'm not worrying about, what time is it? What time is it? What time is it? Oh, gone.
Yeah, and I mean, like you said earlier, it's not restrictive, because being stuck in your house for 20 years like Michael's restrictive.
It is restrictive. I missed out on so much of my life that I can't wait until I'm free to go do things again. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And
you guys need to jump on a plane and come and visit us in Australia.
We will. Me and Michael will set that up. We should do that in a few years, Michael, like 2 years.
Yeah.
Well, I
2 or 3 years.
I plan on going many places that I haven't been to in a very long time. They're always wanted to go to.
The four of us on a night out. Oh, heck yeah.
Chat Australia.
Let's see. Shauna didn't hear what you said. I think she just said bubbly is what she was drinking. But
yeah, I put a link to the website so she can have a look at what bubbly water is. I've seen people in the States with it, and it's available here in Australia. So yeah,
that was what I started on early on to get off soda at the very beginning.
Or a Soda Stream works great too. Gives you a little bit with no flavors in it. Just drink the water carbonated. You can put a little lemon juice in it if you want a little flavor, and it tastes like a Sprite.
It's a nest.
There we go.
There you go.
You're
Beautiful.
free.
There you go.
There you go. There's the tresses down. The horse's mane.
That's awesome.
Love your story, Michael. So strong. I'm looking forward to you announcing that you've gotten outside. I was homebound for 3 years due to anxiety. Been free since last Thanksgiving.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
So happy you're
Beautiful.
free from that.
Mhm.
Everybody
Yep.
does. Everybody's story is different, and everybody has one.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. 100% love. 100%.
Yeah, that's why it's so important to get into a community too, like the SBG gang.
I tend to get emotional with so many people. I hear their journey to health and I love the community so much. So blessed and thankful. Yeah, this is an awesome community.
It is. It's one of the best communities I've ever been in.
Mhm.
For sure.
Sure,
Hi,
there's a
Brooke.
few bad
Oh,
apples, but
Oh, yeah, there is. But, yeah, we're not going to go there today.
Yeah, don't name the apples.
no apples, no names.
Did anyone see Bill Knott's latest video? He stepped outside
did.
on his own and
I
sat on
wept.
his porch.
Buckets.
Awesome.
I wept buckets. I just wept. I cried hard. I'm just,
He's out. Yep, it works. I mean, that's the thing, and that's what which this is good. We need all of us, all of our stories here, all of you out there, Bill Knott, everybody. If we keep doing this, what are the food companies going to say? What are the drug companies going to say? What are the doctors going to say? I mean, was Bill going to, was he going to live another 5 years to get to worry about heart disease from eating cholesterol?
Nope.
Like he wasn't going to live another 5 years to worry about it. I wasn't going to live another year or two. I didn't feel like,
my
To
days were
work.
numbered.
Yeah. And, so it's like this whole thing about, well, it's just, it's incredible to me that they'll say, you know what you need to do is you need to have your stomach cut out and never, be nourished again, because that's going to be healthy for you and you're going to lose weight if you do that. But then you go, well, sort of, but Lindy lost 500 pounds eating steak and animal fat. And they're like, that's not healthy. That's not a good example.
And then when she told the doctors how much weight she lost, what did they ask you, Lindy? What was the question they asked you?
Oh, did you do it with Ozempic? And I
Yeah.
said, no. And they said, would you like some? And I said, no, thank you. Yeah. They offered me Ozempic. This is only like 2 months ago. Yeah, 2 months ago. Because I've still got weight to lose. But I'm more than happy doing it the way I'm doing it. I don't want any drugs.
You're doing
quite
it the
happy
healthiest
with it.
way.
Yeah,
Best way.
and I'm not in a hurry. I'm just going to take my time. I feel fantastic. Why would I want to add and change anything up? Don't change what ain't broken.
That's right.
Mhm.
Yeah, for sure.
I know why I ate so many carbs. It was because I was stuffing down my emotions. I have always been a rather curious person, constant need to feed my brain and look at things most people refuse to see.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a common one for a lot of people. I have no idea what this is.
Yeah, we're not doctors, but maybe a good question for Dr. Chafee or Dr. Berry. They do their lives, and you can maybe ask
I'm
one
not
of
sure.
them. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and definitely. I feel like I've seen your name before. If you're in the SBG, they have doctors' calls too that come in. Like Kelch was just on there, and
Chafee
Chafee's coming
sometimes,
up.
yeah.
Yeah.
Chafee comes monthly. Yeah, Dr. Hampton.
Dr. Hampton, yeah, Dr. Kelch, Dr. Chafee.
Mm.
Definitely get one of them.
Even Dr. Phil's in there too.
Yeah, Dr. Phil would help you out. Yep.
Really?
Not that Dr. Phil.
Oh, a different Dr. I was going
The
to say.
real- The real Dr.
The
Phil,
real one.
Ah, okay.
not
Yeah.
the fake one.
Unfortunately, Barry won't be. He's on vacation at that time, so yeah, he would get in big wifey trouble if he did
Uh-oh.
if he blew off the vacation. So no, he's on vacation. So next time though, we're hoping to get him in the future. Yeah, June 1st. June 1st, 7 p.m. Coming up here very shortly, about I don't know, just about 12 days, I think. 12, 13
I
days.
know. Going to be in a room full of celebrities. I'm so
Crazy.
excited.
And then us looking befuddled.
I'd be just going, oh, thank darling,
I know. Yeah. Lindy, how much weight have you lost and how long did it take you to lose it? I couldn't tell you because I don't know what my highest weight was. I say it was 800 plus or minus. Last measured weight was 750 pounds. But that was 6 years prior to my 50th birthday. But I've lost in excess of 500 pounds in 2 years and 5 months, I think it is. Yeah. So I'm around 270 pounds now.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Does anybody keep playing on the tops of their feet and tops of their hands periodically?
No.
I do on my left foot. Like I've got shoes with a strap on it, and I actually have to take the strap off because it hurts the top of my foot. And I think that, I don't know whether it's like that's the same foot I had the neuropathy in. So I don't know, there's something's not quite right with that foot, and I find it goes to sleep often, and it is a lot better since being carnivore. Like it's not numb, and I don't get the pins and needles that I had in the bottom of the foot, but the top of my arch, yeah, still not quite right. But I'm hoping that will all fix itself up over time.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing your inspiring stories. You are welcome. Let's see here.
We're just here to motivate others to try to get them to. There's a way out.
This is an interesting topic because we don't worry about it, but I do prefer to be in ketosis because I feel better when I'm in ketosis. So I don't know about you guys, but I like it better when I'm in ketosis because I feel better. I have more energy, and
I love it.
Yeah.
I feel the best when my numbers are high and I'm in there. It's amazing.
I used to like to check my ketones at the start when I was doing keto and that, because everyone was saying how important it was, blah, blah, blah. But I haven't got blood in my fingers. So it'd take me 5 test strips to try and get a ketone reading. And I just gave up and just thought, bugger it. And then I did try and buy one of those breathalyzer ones because you guys have got one. I thought, it'd be cool to know if I've got one. And Amazon lost it. So it didn't turn up. I got a refund for it, and I thought maybe that's my way of saying, look, you don't need to know. Just keep doing what you're doing. So probably a good thing. So no, I don't follow it. I just eat my meat, keep it really simple. That's it.
Yeah, I don't, I use it. I don't make any decisions based off of my ketone readings, but I do like to know, hey, I ate something. Doing. Yeah. Right. And I'll be like, hey, I ate something. I'm tired today. Why is that? And I'm like, oh, it did knock me out of ketosis. I must have had too much lean protein, those type of things. So it's just handy it's just another tool to give you more perspective of how your body works and how it feels when it's running a certain way. So it is pretty handy that way.
Oh, is my hubby doing carnivore? I call him a dirty carnivore. He tries, but he still goes off the wagon. Yeah. I mean, just last night he sent me a message. He was on his way home from work and he's like, I'm going to buy some peanuts. Do you want something? And I just said, no, thanks. Shook my head. I'm like, I hope you're not going to bring those peanuts in the house because I don't want them here. But he didn't end up buying them. But yeah, he does tend to get like panic attacks, and he did have one last night, and I thought, oh, he didn't have the peanuts. Where'd that come from? And I said, oh, what did you have today? And he had the meal that he normally has. He has steak and eggs, but he also had his dare ice coffee. So I'm thinking his dare ice coffees are triggering his panic attacks. So I'm like, oh, okay, no worries. And I'm going to go off them now because he knows I'm coming to Texas. I'm going to be gone for 10 days. My daughter's coming with me. So he's going to be home alone. If he has a panic attack while I'm away, who's here? So I think he's kind of woken up. So maybe he'll go strict now for a little bit. But that's a big why for him. He doesn't want to have a panic attack alone. So we'll see.
That's awesome.
My why, I want to lose 80 pounds and get rid of my joint pain, arthritis, IBS, hemorrhoids, brain fog, strength. I take care of my dad who's 90 and I'm tired of being tired. I'm thankful to have help. That's a huge why. Yeah.
Yes.
And you need to be at your prime to be able to take care of your dad. So you've got to look after number one first, which is you, and then you're there for your dad. So that's what I missed all the time. I was always throwing myself into caring for others, and my self-care went out the window, and then look what happened. Fell in a heap. So
100%.
I just hit 6 months carnivore last week after a long time of yo-yo dieting. I've been in Stack of Butter Gang since December 1st, which has been invaluable. Yay.
That's awesome. Yeah, 100%. I didn't know the strength of being in groups like that, but it really can help you quite a lot, you know.
If you live with others who don't do carnivore, did you get rid of all the temptations? Yeah, well, my husband, I told him if he wants to have a snack, he can go out and have it out of the house. I don't want it bought in the house. I had to do that at the start of my journey. Now I'm not as fussed. Like, he can eat in front of me. I don't care. Because it's my journey. He has to do what he wants to do. I can't make him or force him to do carnivore. And why aren't I eating that stuff? Because I don't want to spiral and get back to 800 pounds. I don't want to feel like crap. I'm just not going to go back there. So I had to take on board that this is my journey. It's my life. And there's a reason I'm not going to snack on that stuff. So, yeah, there is a bit of self-responsibility to yourself and reminding yourself why you're not eating that stuff. A lot of self-talk happens daily in my head about these things. So
Absolutely. I didn't. I just had to. I ended up building it. Like, I ended up just having a space. I couldn't really move very well, so I just created kind of a little environment around me, and I stayed out of the kitchen so that I wouldn't see it when I first started. Now I don't care. It doesn't bother me at all. Like, you can eat anything in front of me. Like I said, I was able. I could be 5 days into a fast and feeding my mom fast food and staying away from her donuts and feeding the dog, steaks, and it doesn't bother me anymore. But at first, it was important.
I have returned.
No worries.
hi, Kathy. I'm going to Hack Your Health, and I made all the arrangements minus motel because I want to see if I can room with some other ladies. Okay, if you're going to Hack Your Health and looking for a roomie, let's hit Kathy up.
Yep.
Are you in SPG, Kathy? Because I think there's actually a link it's the free forum, so you could even join the free forum. And I think there's other ladies looking for roomies there, so you could probably hook up with someone there. So I think.
Yeah, I think so too. Let's see.
We've lost the seasonings yet.
There we go.
Is it okay that we use seasoning on our meats? Depends if you can tolerate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that really 100% is. You just got to try everything. Our suggestion on seasonings is use one ingredient seasonings and test them out one at a time.
Yep.
And then see if they work for you. If you have if you have a reaction to them, or if they have a negative effect, then I wouldn't keep doing them unless it's a very tiny negative effect and it's really important that you have that seasoning to stay carnivore. There are some trade-offs to even having something that just maybe irritates something a little bit, but it goes away quickly, but it makes it palatable to eat the food. Some people say that they do that, but for the most part, it's just how it makes you feel.
Donna, I know when I'm in ketosis because it feels great. The keto mojo meter allows me to check my glucose and ketones.
Oh, I wish I could get that here. I can't get that here.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Do you have a certain time at night to stop eating?
I like to eat it, or stop eating at least 6 hours before I go to sleep. I know that's a long time for some people, but I do not want to be digesting food when I'm trying to sleep at all.
I like to try and eat by at least 7 p.m. Otherwise, I do feel it, and it's obviously for those reasons. 7 p.m. is my limit. Anything later than that, and I feel it.
Yeah.
I try to stop eating at I usually have dinner if I gonna do like a 2-mat or something like that. I usually have dinner around 5 p.m. And then
Yeah, it takes me a couple of hours to eat my steak, so 5 to 6 is when I like to eat. But if I am feeling peckish at night, I'll have that colada. I'll just drink that, and I don't have that heavy feeling, and I can still sleep like a baby. So the egg colada recipe is really cool, or just scrambled eggs with lots of butter. It's always nice at night too. It's nice and light.
For sure.
I don't understand the stall. I lost 13 pounds in the first 30 days. The next 60 I lost 0 pounds. Could you explain the stall?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, and there's some funny things going on there too. So when you lost 13 pounds in the first 30 days, it wasn't because you lost 13 pounds of fat. You lost inflammation.
Yep.
Which makes you store fluid. So you lost fluid, which there's nothing wrong with that. That's good. It's a good way to get off you. That's dirty fluid, and it's fluid that's making you have joint pain and muscle soreness. It's going to keep you vulnerable to getting, sick, and it's going to, weaken your metabolism or your, what am I trying to say here? Your immune system.
Yeah.
Yep. And so all those things are good to get it off, but you didn't lose 13 pounds of fat. So you only have so much inflamed fluid, but you probably lost a pound or 2 or maybe 3 at that ratio. Who knows? But then in those next couple of months, what we also have to realize is that we are feeding our body too real building blocks, and our body has a bunch of tissue it's got to repair. And so you build muscle in its place, and you build bone density and white tissue. So those are composition changes. So you really just need to boot that scale out of your life for a while.
Yeah.
And just concentrate
Your
on
body's healing.
Your
body's healing.
Yep.
That's the thing about this. I mean, I do weigh myself every week. I take photographs every week. That's my thing. It's fine. For instance, this week, I didn't lose anything. I stayed exactly the same weight. I haven't measured myself yet. And I'm not fussed about it. I know that I haven't had enough fat this week. I know that for an absolute fact. But I also know that I've stalled since I started 5 months ago, and I've even put on, but I'm just not fussed about it because this poor little lifestyle has got so much to do in healing you. It heals your body.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a big job to do. A big job. So I'm just sitting here, trusting the process, just keep eating meat. I've got ladies on my channel who are experiencing similar stalls for longer, but they just keep trucking along because this thing is going to heal you from the inside out.
For sure. 100%. And that's exactly why you can't watch that. I mean, it's kind of funny, but it really is like that. I mean, if you cut off your your leg, you'll lose weight. But does that mean that
It's good for you?
Yeah,
No.
right. You know, it's not the kind of weight you're looking to lose, right?
No.
You're looking to lose fat, but you're also by eating the protein and the fat that it takes to do it, you're also going to build muscle, and it's the muscle your body wants, and it's going to be the denser, more healthier tissue. So there's going to be composition trade-offs there. That's going to happen for a while.
Best thing to do is put your scale away.
Yeah.
Stick to carnivore and just don't worry about your scale.
Right. If you move easier, if you feel better, if you have less pain,
Right.
things fit better.
Working.
If you have more mobility and you can reach things and you're more flexible, all these things.
You know, look at you, Todd. You were losing. Your scale wasn't moving for you at all, but you were going down shirt sizes.
For sure. I went down 3 shirt sizes, and even more interesting was the when I saw a short video that somebody cut of me, Adam at Carnivore Today cut of me, and I looked back from 6 months ago during that time that I hadn't lost any weight, and it was day and night difference. When I look back 6 months earlier, I thought that I'd been stalled, you know, because the scale wasn't going down, but all that was happening was I was actually building muscle. I was burning fat. I was just replacing it with muscle.
Yeah.
So the scale wasn't moving, but my body was changing big time, you know. There we go.
Yeah, SBG has a free section. If you'd like to join that, please email Bella at SBG.
Yep, please do
Yeah.
so. All right.
SBG is an excellent community. I'm getting far more value and support than I could ever expected. So many helpful coaches and events, and I love their daily chat sessions. Yeah, that's a recent addition to SBG. I think they do 6-hour chat sessions.
Yep, they are. Yep, and they are incredible for help, and it, you know, you're going to make friends. People find people in their own area, you know, that they can kind of lean on. I mean, it's a pretty good deal. So definitely would recommend giving it a shout and seeing what you like.
Yep, exercise could help the stall as well, but be wary that if you are currently healing your body and you are in pain, watch yourself.
For sure.
Don't do anything that's going to hurt you even more. That's coming from somebody who is in pain. I've got my vibration plate now. I got that on Friday, and I'm starting extremely slowly. And yeah, vibration plate. If you're worried about exercise and you don't want to impact your body too much because you're in so much pain, then consider a vibration plate, please. Mine couldn't have arrived, and I wanted it last month. Let's put it that way. And I'm so glad I've got it. But be careful with exercise, especially if you are dealing with pain. Don't add to the problems. Okay?
For sure.
Trust the process.
100%.
Here, I just want to pull this one up really quick.
Yep. Thank you so much. Look at that thing.
It's Todd. It's taking up my whole screen, man. I can't see nothing.
It should be taking up your whole screen. It's I can't believe it either. I'm like, how perfect is that? That a Rogue 405.
You're lucky this got in the way because it could have gotten your eye, man, and it would have been a lot worse.
That's true. But man, it landed right on the schnoz. It's like it wouldn't be so bad if it was over here,
or in your beard or something. You couldn't see it.
Yeah, but no, right there, right smack dab there. It's like, oh, I can't believe that landed so perfectly. I'm gonna skip the one.
Okay, yeah, one for Lindy, right?
Yeah. I find if I'm waiting or wanting to eat later, then it's an emotional eating.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was my problem. I used to always want to eat before bed, and it's the worst time to eat.
For sure.
Yep.
Here's one for Lindy, if you got time, Lindy. Or
Sorry, my daughter just rang me. She just left hospital. She had a pre-op appointment, and she's doing really well. And they've booked in for surgery this Thursday to have her other eye done. So
That's awesome.
Latest update. Yeah, so that's good. Have
That's
you heard the Australian cookware company Solid Techniques? They are my favourite carbon steel pan. No, but I'll definitely look into that. I'll type that in now.
That's awesome. Oh, yeah, sorry. I find it very emotional on Carnivore. Does this go away eventually? Love you guys. Man, I hear this a lot, but it's usually from the women. So I think it must be a hormonal thing.
Yeah, everything changes.
Yeah, I get emotional, but it comes and it goes quickly. It's not like it drags on forever. So, yeah, I don't know if that's my personality, but next morning it's always a new day and I bounce out of bed and I'm happy again. But, yeah, I do get emotional.
I do.
I'm still learning that part. Bouncing
Takes
back. It takes time. Yeah.
I do sometimes feel like I'm in some sort of a relationship with my ribeyes. Seems
Especially the ones that Cosette gets, right?
oh, that one.
no.
Yeah.
That makes you want to cry, right?
Yeah, I was really emotional when Cosette stole my ribeyes the other
Or
day.
your brisket.
Yeah. Have I told you guys about the little dirty son of a gun basset hound that my neighbor has?
Yeah, you told me about him. Go on, there's another story for you.
That dude,
Oh, no.
that dude.
You didn't grab him by the neck, did you? Like that goose?
Oh, I should have. If I could catch the stubby legged little bastard, I would. That little son of a gun hides in my garage, and he waits until I order Costco meat. And then he runs up on the deck. I have to be there right now. He will run up on the deck and take my ribeyes and my bacon and stuff and run off with it and eat it. So this is like, I don't know, first world hunting for him or something. He stalks my deck waiting for the Instacart driver to drop off Costco meat, and then he freaking pirates me.
Your neighbor probably taught him how to do this. And he brings a steak home for him.
Dude, you would not believe how for those short little legs, he sure moves quick, because I was maybe 4 seconds late the other day. I normally know to be there right when they get there. I was 4 seconds late. That dude took a pound out of a 7-pound pack of hamburger and got off with a pound of it. He was just leaving little meat crumbs all the way off the deck.
Wow.
That little shit. God. That little guy, and I was just like, this basset hound is porch pirating me every time I get.
He's the Hamburglar, huh?
He is the Hamburglar. He moves so quick, and his little, you know what a basset hound looks like. His little ears are flapping, and his little short, stubby legs are going like this. Yeah. It's got a big mouthful of my freaking Costco meat every time. I'm like, if I had some bird shot, I would plant some lead in that thing's butt. He does it every time. So
hey,
crazy.
he wants to go carnivore, man. He watches your videos.
Oh, he's a carnivore. He's a dang sure, but he's a thief too. That son of a gun. So, but you know what I did to him? I was fasting last week, and I forgot.
He was fasting too, because you weren't ordering anything.
And I forgot my fasting schedule, and so I had like 7 dozen eggs go bad. And I was like, you know what I'm gonna do? And I put them out on the deck, and I was like, "Here, boy, come on!" Because I'm like, I want him to go and eat all those eggs and go to his owner, and I want him to let out the biggest stink bomb and diarrhea fest in that dude's house.
Knowing him, he'd leave you a surprise on your deck.
Oh, he would. He would return right in the egg cartons for me right on the deck, I'm sure. But he did eat some of those eggs, and so I'm wondering what happened, because he ate a bunch of rotten eggs, and I hope that he just went and like mustard gassed his owners to death so that they get a little payback, because that dude, they must never feed him, because he just sits out there and he lives off of my groceries.
Well, unlike the caveman, he knows where his next meal's coming from then.
That is a fact. He knows. He waits until
he's probably waiting out there right now, Todd.
Oh, I guarantee you, if I walk out, I guarantee you, if I walk out here for most of the time during the day, if I walk out here and go in my garage, he's hiding behind the boxes
He's
waiting for
hunting. Yep.
Yeah. That's it. It's crazy. Once because I know every time I let Cosette out or the cat goes out there, he goes running off. Freaks off. Oh shit.
You need to set up a little camera out there, man.
I do. Show
Okay.
the neighbors how many times he's gotten away with ribeyes before. He took a whole pork belly one time. Oh,
Send your
dude.
neighbor a bill.
I should. Like, oh, that dog. So crazy. So funny. Worst case scenario, you might need to puree all foods with whatever that word is. What is that word?
Esophageal.
Esophageal.
Sounds like a throat thing.
Yep.
Yeah,
It's
esophagus.
esophagus.
I gotcha.
How much fat should we be eating?
I don't think that's a tough question for everybody, but I personally am just going to tell you what I do. So I eat a 1 gram of protein for every lean pound of body mass that I want, what I think I'm going to have. And then I double the fat, which is an awful lot for me because I'm a big guy, right? So I'll eat sometimes up to 400 grams of fat a day, which by itself is pretty much, it's like 3,600 calories just in fat, and not that calories don't mean anything, but to give you an idea. But that's because I function better off of a 2-to-1 fat to protein ratio, which is also known as 80-20 by calorie. But everybody's a little bit different, so it just depends on how you do on leaner versus heavier. But I think for healing, everybody should start at a 2-to-1 fat to protein ratio, but it takes a while to be able to stomach that and not be in the bathroom all the time. So
Disaster pants.
yep, disaster pants. They're a real thing.
Oh,
Yeah, you don't want to be getting your 2-to-1 fat to protein ratio in and sneeze or something. That'd be a bad day. When
I shouldn't laugh because I've been there. Dang.
Yeah, I mean, you're driving to town, your day's going good, you sneeze and you got to turn around. Your whole day just went to shit, quite literally. Yeah. That's disaster pants. And it's a real thing, and it should come with a warning label for everybody involved. Everybody in the car, yourself, your seat, everybody.
I don't actually measure my fat at all. Some days I really feel like it, so I'll have tallow or butter or whatever. And then other days I just don't feel it. I just can't stomach it. So I just go by how I feel on a daily basis and just work like that.
I don't measure it at all. I just put some on top of my eggs in the morning, and I fry my eggs in them, and I don't measure.
It can help with a stall. It could actually make it. I mean, it can because you're gonna move fat quicker. But it's like, why are you stalling? Are you sure you're stalled? If your idea of a stall is just that you're not losing weight, but you're not paying attention if you're gaining muscle or bone density or
Your body's changing.
Yeah. Like, what kind of stall are you talking about? I guess. And then if you are actually truly stalled, where there's no composition change and no weight loss, that can be normal too. I mean, there's so many different composition changes too. There's this stuff called whooshing, where you burn fat, but then it gets replaced with water because it fills in the empty fat cell, right?
Yeah.
And so it takes months for that to go away. It could take 3 months. So you might be burning fat, not gaining muscle, but you're putting water in. But usually you'll see that in inches. Then you'll see a little bit extra room because it's more dense than fat. So you have to know why you are stalled, and then you can kind of do it. And also, like Ken Berry says, he said, if you lost a bunch of weight, if you've been losing weight, your body also just wants you to relax a little bit, take a break, and then metabolically, your body needs to get calm, know everything's all right, and it just wants to stabilize for a little while. and then take off again. There's certain plateaus that happen that way where your body just wants to go, are we okay? Because we're sure dumping a lot of weight right now. And boy, if we went through a famine right now, the way that we're plowing through this stored fuel, we could be in real trouble, you know? So it wants to see those things too. So there's lots of reasons, but you could do some exercise. But if exercise causes you stress and high cortisol, it could backfire and you could actually gain weight. If exercise and stress hurts you and you get stressed out and then you get depressed and then it makes you eat, right? And you don't stay the course, then that can stress you out, you know?
Yep.
But if it feels good to exercise and you want to, then by all means go ahead and do it. But not at what cost if it's just because you're stressing over the scale, you know?
Hey guys, I gotta take off.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Take care,
Michael.
guys.
Love
Love y'all. Bye-bye.
Yeah,
Love
see
you,
you, bye.
darling.
Bye.
Mwah.
We are getting that dude to bed, and I know you can hear me, and now you can't mute me. You're getting to bed, you dirty dogs. So he needs a bed.
Oh,
He's got to get his feet up. You know,
Yeah.
he's got too much
bless his
lymphedema.
heart.
And he's so
He deser-
stubborn.
he- I love him so much. I hope he can hear me. He deserves a world of kindness, that man.
He's a good dude. Super
He
good
really
dude.
does. And I'm sticking to that. I'm sticking to that.
Yeah.
He just,
For sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And we just got to get him a bed. And he won't accept anything, but I'm going to find him one way or another. I don't care if I have to drive there. And
maybe we can work together, darling.
we
'cause
will
I
work.
I have my ways as well. And so does my husband.
There you go. We're gonna
Maybe
do
we
it.
can work together.
We will. We absolutely will. Because we're going to get him a dang bed. Because he's got to get his feet up, right?
Yeah.
And because if he would, you know, you can't spend that much time. And I know what it's like when you're that big and your bed's all screwed up, man. It just usually what ends up happening, you know, is you get in some kind of funky bind and you're not getting the support and there's too much pressure on one spot of your knee or something. And it just gets trapped in there. I mean, it's,
Yeah, he has a bed, Carol. He does have a bed, but he needs something special because he is special.
yeah, he's got to get his legs up. When you have, like, if you guys saw how big his legs are, they have to be raised, elevated above his heart to get that fluid off there. And it's because it's so hard. It just keeps you down for so long. Like, I can't tell you what an extra 40 pounds of fluid in your legs feels like. It feels like 40 pounds of fluid in your legs feels like 100 or 200 pounds on your back. Like, it is so much heavier.
Just imagine a little 3-year-old wrapped around your leg and you're trying to walk with these little 3-year-olds.
Yeah.
Have you ever have you seen those?
That ain't
That's
no
what it's
picnic.
like. It's very hard.
Well, and then you try it, you can't get it up on any, you know, up on the bed. It hurts your hip, it hurts your knees. With that pressure is hanging off you all the time.
Yeah.
And he's just got to get it going, you know.
How much fat should you be eating? That's down to personal preference for me. It's when I'm starting to feel tired that I know I'm not eating enough. I need to top up fuel. Exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Everyone's different as well. So you just need to find what works for you. Bit of experimentation.
Yeah. And that's probably why, because, you know, I've been really emotional this week. And it's taken me, my video that I did on Thursday, it's taken me since then up until late last night to actually come out of it. And like I said, I know I've not had enough fat this week. I just know it. And that could be a very good indication, another indication that I haven't had enough fat. But it's bacon and eggs for dinner tonight. Don't care what anybody, that's what I'm cooking.
You know what I love about bacon and eggs is that the eggs soak up tallow so well.
Oh, yeah.
So
I fry the bacon first. I keep a good deal of the bacon grease, but I leave some in the pan for when I make the scrambled eggs.
For sure. Absolutely. Yep. That helps quite a lot. And it's a great way to get that rendered fat down, you know?
Oh yeah.
I did tag this for Michael's.
Yeah, there we go. Now I see it. I did that already.
Okay.
Yeah, I put a couple of suggestions in there for Amy about the vibration plate. If you're in America, then you're going to be okay to get a Life Pro because they ship to America. If you're in Australia, if you're out of Australia, if you're out of America, you're not going to be able to get a Life Pro. They do not ship anywhere else in the world right now. So the one that I've got is an Everfit, EVERFIT, and it's great. I got the red one. I got the red one because it goes faster.
I got the black one because it matches my house better.
So
What happened to Todd? He disappeared.
I do.
Right.
There you go.
Back. I moved my head and it was like, that's not a human, and black it filtered me. At least I know I can do that now to show my logo.
Oh, that's so freaky.
Yeah, all I gotta do is like, can I see me? No, you don't.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, if you want to get a vibration plate, it will help. I mean, the one that I've got by Everfit, it's a maximum load of 180 kilos, and that's fine. I just sit in front of it and just put it shakes you. Trust me, it shakes you even on the low setting. It shakes you.
For sure.
And I bought the same one on Myron's recommendation, and I love it. I've got a $300 one under here, which is broken. It barely goes, and I've got the Everfit one in my bedroom. I can stand on that one, and it is so much better, and it's half the price. So, yeah, fantastic.
That's awesome.
I'm actually going to buy a second one and replace this beast under here because I hate it. I don't understand monitoring ketosis. If we are only eating meat, aren't we already in ketosis?
Well, sort of, but sort of yes and no. So Dr. Chafee would say that by not eating carbohydrates, period, we're already in ketosis. Yeah. But for the most part, or we get into ketosis and we have autophagy happen just by not eating carbs. That's true too, but also the level of ketosis, it makes a difference. You can't get knocked out of ketosis from eating meat because our bodies have a process called gluconeogenesis where it takes protein, turns it into glucose, and that glucose will still spike your insulin. And that insulin will knock you out of ketosis because you'll start burning glucose instead of fat for fuel, and you'll stop producing ketones. So basically, everybody has a threshold of how much meat, protein they can digest at a given time. And it's that different for everybody based off of how fat adapt, how well you can get to your stored fat, how much dietary fat you're eating. It's kind of got some, it's just individual. Mine, I've tracked it down to being basically about 65 grams of protein. I can eat about 65 grams of protein in one setting. If I eat more than that, it's going to start creating glucose, and I can tell because I get a little bit sleepy after I eat, and I get out of ketosis. So, no, because our bodies are so smart and so good and adaptive that, no, you can definitely knock yourself out of ketosis with meat. I mean, it's not a big deal. It's not an end-all be-all, and it's way better than anything else, and it's not going to stop you from having progress. But if you like the feeling of being in ketosis like I do, you want to add more fat and less protein, per meal. So.
That's one smart kind of old dog.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that little turd bucket. I cannot believe him. Yeah, the dog's fasting when I fast. That's 100% true. He's like, I sure hope this guy gets knocked out of his fast here soon. We're gonna need to eat something. Yeah.
Yeah,
this
eat
dog's
it
probably
like
like, I
that.
better do some priming and eat all his meat on his front porch.
Exactly.
Todd should come with the warning label. Every week I laugh until I cry at least once.
I'm here all week.
I use photos and
Oh,
tape measures over weigh-ins because it's that so much changes you might not see. Yeah, for
those
sure.
photographs tell a completely different story, folks. Can confirm. Oi.
Absolutely.
Woo.
They are much better judge of what's actually happening.
Those plateaus also allow your fat cells to shrink. Yeah.
That is correct too, for sure.
So next time you're in a stall, think about that. I think
Yep.
that's a great thought. Yeah.
Absolutely.
What does the vibration plate do?
Lindy, go. Tell them what you told me.
It just helps if you've got lymphatic issues. I struggle with lymphedema and lipedema. So you just turn it on, it shakes your legs around, it just gets the lymph circulating, gets the blood moving as well. When I'm sitting here working, I can be here for hours all day on the computer. And I get up and I'm like an old woman when I walk. I'm just so stiff and sore. But when I use the vibration plate throughout the day, I just bounce out of my seat, go off, do my things, come back. I have it going under my desk all the time. So you might see me in SBG meetings and I'm sort of vibrating away. That's because I've got the thing going that's all muted. Nobody sees me, but it just helps move the fluid in my legs. So I love it.
And if I may, if you want any more information on that, have a look to the video that these guys did with Miss
Dr.
Keith.
Leslie Keith. Yeah.
It will give you 3 hours of information that you never... Mind-blowing.
Was
Please.
very, very helpful.
Oh my gosh, that woman, I swear. Oh, she answered questions I've had throwing up in the air. I've been juggling them since my mother died. And about how she died. And this woman answered those questions within 26 minutes.
Incredible.
So, there's the link. If you want to know about the lymphatic system, get to that video. It's going to tell you just about everything you need to know to start you off.
Yeah, I think it's one of my favorite videos that we've ever done. It was just so informative, and I still go back and watch it and I think, I missed that the first time and I missed that the second time I watched. There's always so many gold nuggets in there.
Sorry, guys, I had to mention it. I just had to.
Oh, 100%. It's my favorite video too.
I have tenderloin tonight. It's my birthday present to myself. Happy birthday, Shelley.
Happy birthday.
Yay, it's somebody's birthday. Uh-oh. You know what that means, don't you?
We're waiting for it.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Shelley. Happy birthday to you. Mwah.
Yay. Happy birthday, Shelley.
That's awesome. When was your birth? Is today your birthday or did it just pass? Okay, there we go. Just making sure I wasn't missing anything. I caught up on the star comments. I'm like, okay.
I
think we made it. Okay, perfect.
How do you feel about telling that story? You up to it or?
Oh, the plane story? I think I'm going to save it for next week. Next week. But that's okay. You can come back on. Come back on next week.
I may just take you up on that.
Come back on next week. Then
I don't want people to get sick and tired of me. Are you guys not going to get sick and tired of me, are you?
They're not going to.
I don't want to wear out my welcome here, you know.
I wish we
No.
could ask if people to raise their hands, but you can only do that on Zoom, can't you?
Right. Sure.
Oh, good. If you want me back, just comment. Just.
Yep. Comment.
I
if
don't
you'd
want
like
to
to see.
upset anybody. If anybody else wants to come on here, you know.
Oh, there's one for you.
Yes, he does.
Thank you. I used to sing opera. Funnily enough, prior to starting Carnivore, my vocal cords were not doing too great. But in 5 months, the sound is resonating differently because it's even healing the vocal cords.
Happy birthday, Shelley.
Oh, you see, she knows. Welsh woman.
There you go.
Oh, okay.
I think this, yeah. Standing ovation.
And actually,
for
the previous comment to that. Yes, please come back, Myrwen. That's the original spelling of my name. My father changed the E to a Y to make it different.
Oh,
There you go. Fun facts.
Awesome. Why did he
All
change
right.
it?
Well, if you guys want me to come back next week, I would be absolutely honored.
Yeah, we'd be happy to have you.
Okay.
Done.
And then that way I can have more energy. I'm just dragging tonight for some reason. I'm even having a little. It must have been. I think it was. I didn't sleep very much at all last night. So I'm like, oh man, I'd hate to tell a flat, funny story. There's nothing worse than a flat, funny story. Let's see.
There you go.
Oh wow.
So it's not just me. Not just me. What I've found before starting Carnivore vocally from a singing perspective was that the voice sounded scratchy, like a scratchy record. And what it's done over 5 months is it's actually rounded and made that tone like it kind of close to what it used to be, sort of round, warm tone as opposed to scratchy.
Can you give that example one more time? I'm not sure.
All right. I'll give you this one. You're welcome. He's going to soundboard that. I know it.
We're going to put it on a button.
Okay, so you own me now, right? Okay, I get it.
And watch out, because Myron's fantastic with the AI. So the AI images, you better watch out.
Oh no! Oh no! Michael's already. That's fine. You can't do anything Michael hasn't already done to me. He's put me in tights and all sorts of things on AI. You and him get together, and I'll go viral, or my comedic likeness will go viral after you guys.
Is that a challenge? Is that a challenge?
I'm just resolved to it. I lost control of my voice. It is fuller. Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, it's vocally, it's the only thing I need to work on now is my breathing, diaphragm breathing, deep belly breathing, and I'm going to be working on that in the next few weeks. Won't I, Lindy?
Yes, and I'll be joining you.
Yep.
That's awesome. We should shout out the Healing Humanity fundraiser on Sunday.
Yes, you should.
What is that? June 2nd? June 2nd. Sunday,
June 2nd. Sunday, yeah. June 2nd. Yeah.
We should shout that out one more time. We'll get your tickets. We just want all of anybody that wants to go. We don't, because there's only about 50 more tickets left, I think, or about, I guess, 45 more tickets left. So we just want to make sure everybody knows about it and not to miss their opportunity. And fair warning, the tickets, because it is a fundraiser and it's barbecue in Texas. They are kind of expensive. They're like $175.26 with the Ticketmaster or the ticket sales fee or whatever. I don't know, because it's going through a ticket broker. But anyhow, check that out if you would.
Sorry, the link was a bit long and it went on to 2 messages. So click on that last link.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No worries. But yeah, so check that out if you are so inclined. It's going to be Bella, Steak and Butter Gal, Carrie Man, Homestead Howe, Anthony Chafee. Me and Lindy will be there, and I forget who else.
Dr. Kiltz, Dr. Avadia, Dr. Baker.
No, that's the live stream. I don't know who's coming to the
Dr. Lisa Wiedemann.
Lisa Wiedemann. She was the other one.
I don't know if the other doctors are coming to the fundraiser. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Well, we will. Are you coming to the Healing Humanity? Or no, sorry, Hack Your Health at the end of the month? Because me and Lindy are coming to Austin, and we're going to have several things going on there. We're going to do a 700 plus and counting meetup at some point. I think we kind of tentatively thought about doing it on Friday at one point at 11, but in the morning. But we'll have to decide on that if that works. Remember, we were thinking about doing something at Salt Lake that one time.
We've got our DEXA scans on Friday, so we won't be back in time for that.
Well, right, but that's what we thought. If we started at 11 and got over at like 1, we could get there for our DEXA scans if we just did a 2-hour one. But if not, we'll do it like later in the week. But also, we have an SBG meetup on Saturday morning, a live stream on Saturday night, and then a fundraiser on Sunday. So, and we'll be attending Hack Your Health. Carrie Mann and Homestead Howe and Adam Lacey, Carnivore today are going to be key speakers, right? I think they're speaking. And so is Bella and her panel at the Steak and Butter Gang. They're speaking.
On Sunday.
On Sunday, yep.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, there you go. Yeah, we'd love to see you for sure. Lots of places, but we're actually gonna be there for about 10 days. So well, we're definitely
maybe we'll do a community post on our channels with all the events and links to these things. So we'll set that up in the next day or two.
Yeah, for sure. So that'd be awesome. Yeah, we wanted to give that a shout out. And then the live stream. The live stream is going to be really fun. We're going to do a live stream event, so stay tuned for that. It'll be Baker, Chafee, Kiltz, Bella.
No Freedom.
Yep, Dante Freedom, Bella Steak and Butter Gal, Carrie Man at Homestead Howe, Adam Lacey at Carnivore today, Limitless Lindy, and myself on the live stream eating dinner together. So that's nice. Awesome. And so definitely look forward to that. We're going to be doing our show from Austin. Me and Lindy will actually be live together in Austin doing our 700 plus counting down. Even if it's at the fundraiser, we'll be fundraising it up while we do our show or vice versa. And it's going to be a good time. So, and then, some other things, I guess, coming up too. But we'll try to put the itinerary together. We want to make sure you guys know that because it's coming quickly. We're down to like 10 days or something before we're
it's coming up quick.
Yep.
Almost out of double digits. Yeah, I'm very nervous. Yeah.
Let's see. Am I missing anything? Yeah, that'd be a good time.
What if you eat small meals to have smaller amount of protein each time would make it difficult to intermittent fast? So
yeah, that I think is absolutely key is to eat. Find out what your limit is, and then you'll find that you'll need less protein if you're having a little bit more fat. And then it also depends on if you you still need a sufficient amount of fat no matter what, because your body requires a certain amount of fuel too. But absolutely, definitely breaking it up into more meals a day helps with the protein to keep from having a gluconeogenesis issue. And it's not the end of the world if you do have a gluconeogenesis issue, but it is something to watch out for. It just depends on if you're trying to stay in ketosis or not. You don't have to. You don't have to at all. You know, in fact, it's kind of better that you don't if you want to eat more, because when you have a gluconeogenesis, you're not going to be satiated, right?
Yeah.
Because you're not satiated. So if you're a person that's having a hard time priming, or if you're a person that's just doesn't have much of an appetite, or you're having problems getting your nutrients in, then that's not the end of the world for you. That's awesome. Come on down to Texas. Come on, carnivores.
I'd imagine Texas would be a good place to live if you're a carnivore. I'm just saying.
I'm about to find out. You guys better live up to the hype, though. That's all I'm saying, because your meat better be what you say it is, because we're coming to eat all of it. So
we're coming to eat all of it. Love it.
We are. We're trying to run the Fogo de Chao out of meat, I think. But man, they might live to make a, well, they're not going to make a profit, but they might live to not go bankrupt that day, because we're going to have a live stream with a dinner that night, and so I'm so upset about that too, because I really wanted to set the empty plate record at Fogo de Chao. I wanted to try to fill up 10 or 20 of them, and now I can't do all the work there, because I got to save some for the dinner that night, because I got to eat twice that day.
We'll just have to go back later in the week.
There you go, Granny. I look forward to a challenge accepted.
Well, you gone done it now.
For sure. When I was priming, I had no problem putting 7+ pounds of meat away a day.
So
your cattle better run scared.
And you will be fasting the week before, so you'll be hungry.
There you go. You guys are making me very happy. So we're coming. I've been fasting, I've been priming, I've been doing everything. I'm bringing my A game, and then if there's any doubt, I'm going to be bringing my amino acids too, because those make me really hungry. So
I think everything we need to know is in that one statement. I'm bringing my A game. Oh,
that's a fact. We're taking it down.
Watch out, Texas.
It'll be good. I gotta keep up my strength to keep up with everybody.
Same here as anywhere. We have grocery stores and big box stores. Same meat. Buy local if you want something different, just like anywhere else. We may have more available local ranches, though.
That sounds right.
I want to try dino ribs. They sound pretty cool.
Well, we're going to be trying those. We're going to get dino ribs. We're going to get tomahawks. Briskets.
Yeah, I want to try
tomahawk. The king of cuts.
That's a fact.
Yum.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm sure we're going to be back there for sure. But there'll be plenty of things going on. So that's awesome. There you go, Beth. Beth knows what's up. I hear they're absolutely amazing. I keep seeing those videos on YouTube and stuff where they have a dino rib, like one single rib that's like, that big. And it's in like a sandwich, like a steak and cheese sandwich, and they pull the bone out and all the meat stays in the sandwich because it's like fall off the bone tender. And it's like, where has that been all my life? Obviously, we're not going to do it in the sandwich, but everything else is going to get in my belly is what's going to happen. It's going to be delicious.
Well, unfortunately, being someone that's had left band surgery, this is going to be a bit of a nightmare for me because I'm like a bird. I just like pick at my meat. And I'll be watching you guys hoeing down on these big steaks and tomahawks, and I just can't physically do it, unfortunately. So
Man, I gotta tell you, Stacy, one thing is worrying will put weight on you. Like the cortisol and worrying, you can't be stressed about it. You got to throw away the scale. You just have to focus on if you have food freedom, like you can't stress about it. Like that's your goal, but it might not be your body's goal, So you kind of got to be okay with hitting it or not. Like keep trying, and keep doing what's best. But why are you married to that 30-pound goal weight? Maybe it's something.
And what are you going to eat after you've hit your goal?
Yep.
Are you going to, because remember, this is a lifestyle. It is a healing elimination diet. It's a lifestyle. Even you've asked the question, what am I going to do? I'm getting close to my goal weight. What are you going to eat after?
Absolutely.
Is it going to continue to be steak, meat, or are you going to go keto? I wouldn't worry about that right now.
No.
I relax.
For sure.
I know it's close, but if I was going to think about anything, I'd think about, what am I going to eat after I've got to my goal?
Right, because let's say that you put on some muscle and you put on some healthy tissue that would make you live longer, feel better, have more energy, did not have pain, be more resilient to getting sick or anything. But it came with a cost of maybe 15 pounds of weight. So maybe you only get within 15 pounds of your goal, but you lose the fat. Would you care? Or is just that number on the scale like the only thing that, really?
My diet will remain the same as Carnivore. My goal is to bodybuild. I've been putting on muscle and losing weight at the same time.
Yeah. So that's awesome. That right there, that's the only reason why we ask those questions, because it's like, if you're bodybuilding, then all you care about is, you don't even want to, your original question is how do I maintain my weight? A better question, I guess, is how do you maintain your fat, your fat percentage, because that's what you're trying to lose. You're not trying to lose weight. In fact, you're wanting to bodybuild. So, and you have to kind of bulk and cut. I don't know if you're here earlier, but you're gonna have to keep going on. I would join SBG gang. I'd do their priming and their fasting protocol, because it's a lot like a bulk and a cut for a bodybuilder, but that's the only way to do it, because you can't build a bunch of muscle without gaining weight, and you're even going to have to be okay with gaining a little bit of fat, because your body's going to want that, but then you can lean out, and nourish fasting helps quite a lot, So,
and Coach Rochelle used to be a bodybuilder, so she'd be a great person to speak with. And also Coach Jamie, she's in the gym pumping it out. Like, she's a machine, that woman. So, there's some great people to speak to in regards to building muscle, exercising, and your weight there. So,
absolutely. But, man, it has been 3 hours, 4 minutes, and 38 seconds. We have blown through today. You guys make this go by so fast. We appreciate you all. It was great hanging out with you guys. We will see you next time. And I mean, it's so crazy. The next time we see you, we're going to be on a plane just 3 days later heading to Texas.
Bum, bum, bum.
Crazy. We only have one more show from here, and then the next one's in Texas. So,
wow.
We will definitely see you guys next Sunday.
No, I don't miss vegetables, Carol, at all. No.
I did find a new use for the broccoli. So when the waiters are carrying out my steak, I order broccoli on it, because I know if my steak's not trying to eat the broccoli on the plate, they overcooked it.
Oh.
So. We will see you guys next Sunday. We appreciate you hanging out with us. Love you all. And
Thank you.
Mwah. Mwah.
Bye-bye.